Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I am Susan. I'm your hostess, and I hope that everybody is enjoying this Wednesday. I decided to do the live a little early because we have storms in the area. We are under a tornado watch until 4 p.m. this afternoon, and I didn't want to take a chance of the live being in the middle of stormy weather. So right now we have partly sunny skies, and it is very warm outside. We actually had to turn the air conditioner on. Unbelievable weather. And it is so early in the month of April, and usually we do not have these kind of temperatures. So y'all be praying for everybody that is either in a tornado warning or a tornado watch or wind advisory in the states from Texas all the way up, I think, to Illinois and over to Ohio. So we have quite a few states that are under these watches, and I will talk a little bit more about that a little later on. I would like to welcome everybody in, and as y'all come in, I will try to remember to welcome you in and write your names down. But we are working on our house, and we recently put a roof on. Well, actually, this past weekend, we got a roof put on. So this will be a test for the new roof. Well, hello, Hardnack Farms. Welcome in. Let me get my pen writing. And Embark Nation, welcome in. Embark Ace. Welcome in, welcome in. And Hardnack, her name is Wendy. I'm going to write that down so I'll remember. Hey, Canadian Family Life, welcome in. And Ashley with CNC Farms, welcome in. And Home Bartending with John, welcome in, John. And Deanna, welcome in. Yeah, the winds are starting to pick up here too, but I wanted to do this early just in case we end up in a tornado situation. We have tornado warnings and watches all the way from Texas up to Illinois and over to Ohio. And our state, West Tennessee, is included in that, and I will get into that in just a moment. Hey, the Bud Files, welcome in. And if you are in one of those areas and you have to jump off, I totally understand because I want you to stay safe. That's the biggest issue right now, is staying safe. I do have some great shout outs for you this morning. First of all, I want to congratulate Woman Outdoors. Miss LB made her monetization. That is a huge, huge kudos to her because that was a lot of work going into getting those watch hours. And let's see, Ashley said tornado hit south of us overnight. Search and rescue in progress. Well, we'll be praying for that, Ashley, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And it is extremely, extremely important to stay safe and be prepared. Y'all may notice my eyebrows are a little darker. I had to switch brands on my makeup. They are no longer carrying the eyebrow compact that I was using. When I had Cavovo pneumonia last year, I had hair falling out, and of course I lost my eyebrows included in that, and they are still in the process of growing back, and I'm hoping that eventually they will grow back, but they look awful dark to me on camera. We are also going to congratulate Mountain of Inspiration. They hit their 1K, and GJ Journeys hit their 1K this past week. I'm really excited to hear that for them. They were very, very close, and I'm excited for them to be able to say that they have reached the 1K mark, and now they're probably going to be working on getting the watch hours. Thank you, Ashley, for saying that. I don't mind telling y'all, I have to wear makeup. I don't like wearing makeup, but I have to wear it for camera purposes because I have really dark under eye area from a surgery I had as a child. I had a tonsillectomy when I was a child, and it affected my sinuses, and I was bleeding out black blood, and they had to go in there and cauterize my nose up in my sinuses. So years later, it started showing up as really dark under eye circles, looking like I had bruised eyes. So yes, I have to wear makeup. I don't like wearing it, but that's what I'm doing. Hardnack, I understand about the watch hours, and I think I have you on my list. I don't have you on the list today, but I will look at yours and I will try to put your name out to for watch hours. How about that? Because I don't know how are you over the 1K? And if you are, I'll get you on my list of watch hours needed. I will absolutely do that. I don't mind doing that for anybody that is struggling to get those watch hours. And if you're over the 1K, I will get over to your channel and I will do some watch hours for you. And Canadian Family Life says, I'm getting the hours, just need the friends. So we're going to help Canadian Family Life out today. And if you will, just drop the word Hillbilly in the chat. And let me get my banner going. I didn't even do that this morning. I need to edit it real quick because I am 12 away from being at 900 friends. So we're going to go ahead and get this up. And I'll get back over to my chat box. Y'all pardon me for just a minute while my computer catches up. Hey, Michelle Crochets in Kansas. Welcome in. I hope that you're not getting any storms in your area, Michelle, like we're planning on getting today. But I'm hoping and praying that you're not in that watch area. Hey, Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Welcome in. And if y'all like this time frame better than the 1 p.m., just let me know in the chat because I'm open to just about any time during the day to do my live streams. And I'm still very, very flexible with that. So if you like this time frame better, let me know if it works better for you, because I want to be able to help as many channels as I possibly can. And I will know more about that as we progress with this live today. So if y'all think this is a better time frame, just let me know in the chat. Okay, we're going to get started with our watch hours list. And the first one is Missy's channel. And Missy is a really sweet lady. Hey, Carmen. Thank you for sharing that out on Facebook. Get your name on my list. Yeah, this works better for you, Michelle. I thought it might be a little bit earlier in the day. So, hey, Jamie's Country Living. Yeah, my schedule changes a lot too. And this past week and this week has just really thrown me off with, all the activities we've had around our home. Getting that roof replaced was a big, big issue. And thank goodness for that. It is done and I feel a little bit safer. Deanna says, I have to go dog sit for a couple hours, hoping I'm home before the storm hits. I hope so too, honey. I will be praying for everyone in the path of these storms. Hey, Dan, handicapped traveler, and Miss Kathy, if you're there. I did not get through with the watch list this week. because of all the busy stuff going on, but I am working on it, and I will be adding y'all's names to that list. It will be done by next week. I guarantee you that, because I am going to push myself to get through it. There's still a lot of channels out there that I did not get to, and I do apologize for that. But, life happens. Let's see. Missy's channel. Missy was on YouTube. She's been on YouTube for a while. She had a major back injury, and she had to have several surgeries over several years. She regained, being able to walk and do everything, had a lot of physical therapy, and she lost all her monetization. So she lost her watch hours. So if y'all can go over and help her out with watch hours sometime during the week, that would be wonderful. She is a sweetheart of a lady, and I really am glad that we connect. If y'all have seen her on a couple of my lives, she's just a really sweet person. She's going through a lot of issues court-wise. She's got a stalker out there that is really being bad, so pray for her as well. Thank you, Deanna. You stay safe too, my friend. And yeah, I'm just making sure I have caught everybody in the chat. She is also a Native American. She is tribal. So she does gaming. She has some games that she does. I think it's the Robo-Blocks. And she does, she crochets. She does artwork. She has standard poodles. Great lady, a lot of talent there. And she will help you out if she can. She's very friendly, and I love her to pieces. I really do. We really connected. I really love her. Just an all-around great person. So y'all go support her. And I know I keep harping on this every week, but I want y'all to do some watch hours for somebody else, because when your time comes, they're going to remember that you did that, and they're going to come help you. And that is a wonderful thing to have in place. The next one on my list is Wolf Spirit Productions, and I have not gotten with them. I do not know if they made their 4K or not yet. I keep watching to see, and I'm hoping that they'll reach out to me. These channels will reach out and let me know so that I can take them off my list. They are a couple that travel. They're truck drivers, and they go with their little sidekick, their little dog, and great videos. You get to see a lot of the country through their lives, and just a nice, relaxing video time for you. Yes, you can exchange watch hours on my lives. I have no problem with that. So if anybody wants to connect with Hardnack Farms, just do that. You can connect through email, Instagram, a number of ways to trade list off, and it's really great. It's called Missy's Channel, and I will go back and put it into the description box. I just did not have time this morning to get everything in there that I needed to do, and I have been super, super busy. But it is Missy's Channel, and let me see if I can. I don't know if I have anybody in-house that is a moderator, so let me go see if I can pull it up real quick. I'll do it on my cell phone. That might be easier. Give me just a moment, and I'll try to pull that up and get that in there. And Missy has a lot of, she has a good playlist. So let me grab a playlist for you. I'm going to grab her Bible reading because I like that one, but you can go in there and you can find any one of them that you like. Let me get back over to my live. I know I'm a little slow, y'all. This is Missy's channel. And if my internet service was a little bit faster, which I do plan on getting it up, I just haven't done it yet. I will start posting y'all's pages. That's what my plans are. Hey, our new land, welcome in. So glad that you're here. So now we have Missy's playlist up there, and y'all can go over and check her out. Wolf Spirit Productions, like I said, they are a couple. Let me go ahead and do them. It may take me a little bit longer to do this, but I think y'all will appreciate it in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. It only takes a moment, really and truly, to get this up. And I'm going to go grab one of their playlists. They've got all kinds of stuff. I'm going to grab their Jester's House, which is their dog. And we'll put that playlist up there for y'all. Get back over here. It's a lot of back and forth on this thing. If any of my moderators come in, we'll be able to get this done quicker, I think. Because I did not, Jester is adorable. Okay, so that one's up. The next one is Bad Stang. And I will get his up also and tell you a little bit about him. He loves cars, and everything on his channel is about cars, y'all. So if you're interested in cars, you will love that. Wellness with Frugal Mama, welcome in. I'm going to try to do some things differently going forward with the lives. Let's see, we're doing Bad Stang. Get him up. Come on, pull him up. And of course, YouTube is not doing what I'm asking it to do. So we're going to do it another way. A lot of times, hey, Susan A., welcome in. And Midnight Farmhouse, Miss Leanne, welcome in. And I don't think I've missed anybody else. If you're in the path of these storms and you have to jump off, I totally understand it. We are going to pray for everyone in the path of the storms. Y'all pardon me, I'm typing. I can't talk and type at the same time. There he is. Sometimes YouTube wants to hide your channels, y'all. I don't understand it, but that's what they do. So we're going to go with, let's see which one he's got a lot. He's got 16 on his car restoration, so we'll go with that playlist. Get that one up. Go back over here to my live, and we'll get that dropped in there. So he's a great channel too, and to get to know. So y'all make sure you go over there and check him out. Okay. Carpenter's Self-Reliance is Mr. Jerry. And I'm pretty sure I can pull him up quickly. Yeah, he pulls up really quick. I don't, some of them don't pull up quick. Some of them do. Hey, Joe with Garden State Gardener. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here, my friend. Jerry had his YouTube channel up, and then he lost it for whatever reason, and it took him forever to get it back. He started another channel, then he got his channel back, and he is trying to build his watch hours back up and become monetized again. Really sweet guy. He knows so much information about life on, living in the country, living on a farm. Yeah, you're a moderator and you can't drop links. It's so weird. Yeah, YouTube can be difficult. I have discovered that myself. So I don't stress over, I don't stress over it too much. I do what I can when I moderate. So a lot of times it's me dropping channels for somebody, or hopefully not having to take somebody's comment down and block them. But, that has happened in the past. Hey, Yellow Shirt Dad, welcome in. That's Mr. Gene. He is rocking and rolling, y'all, on his channel. I'm telling you what, he's growing like crazy. Okay, this is Carpenter's. Y'all forgive my typing if I mess up. I'm bad sometimes. Okay, so he needs his watch hours, y'all. Great guy. If there's anything that you want to learn about meat cuts, how to put up a pig, like a hog pen or anything like that, he's your go-to guy. Farm equipment. I mean, he covers a lot of different areas, and I really love Jerry. He has become a very good friend to me, and I really think a lot about him. Thank you for doing that, Canadian Family Life. I appreciate you doing that. Okay, who else do we have on our list? We have the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Let me go over here and pull her up. I'm working off my cell phone and the computer today. And if y'all know if she's gotten her watch hours, let me know, because I'm having trouble getting her to respond back to me when I send her emails and stuff. Yeah, there are some really, really nasty folks out there. And they don't have a life. Here's her all videos. Let's see. Come down here. I think I spelled it right. So we have her in there. And would you do that for me, Leanne? I would appreciate it, just to find out where she's at on her watch hours. And the big dude is a really sweet young man. He does a lot of Christian-based content. He is on fire for God, and God bless him, because I think he's going to turn out to be a preacher one day. I truly believe that. He's just a sweetheart of a guy. And again, are they not going to pull him up? Yeah, YouTube's playing their games again today. They're blocking different channels from their search. So we're going to find him and get him up here. Is that him? I'll know here in a minute. Nope, that's not him. Why are they not pulling him up? Anyway, he is a very young man. He does the sign language to songs. He reads the Bible. He will give you devotionals. He's just an all-around great guy. If I can get his page pulled up, I may have to do it on my computer. Let me try it this way. Well, it'd help if I typed it right. Let's see if we can get him pulled up. And it's lowercase, and I don't know why it's not pulling it up today. But they pull this every once in a while where you just can't get a channel to come up. I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but I have. Let's see. And my computer is slow, y'all, so you'll have to pardon me. Let's see if I got him in my playlist. Nope, he's not in the playlist. We'll try it again. And y'all make sure you let me know in the chat if you like this time frame, because I am very open to moving it to a different time frame if it's good for everybody else. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut when we're out in the same spot all the time. All right, YouTube. We'll try this again. I may have to skip over him and go on to the next one, which is Ashley with CNC Farms. She is in the chat, so she can drop her link. Just type in the word Hillbilly, and it should drop. Come on. Any day now. Nope, it's not doing it. Try it again. I'll do one more time, but if I don't get it this time, we'll just have to skip over it. Ah, finally. Finally. Hallelujah. Got big dudes. Finally. Hey, chillin' Indiana Carl. Thank you for coming in. Y'all, chillin' Indiana Carl is a good friend for me because he shares out everything I put out, and I am so blessed to have him here. So thank you again for coming in to watch. Let me get Big Dude in here. Well, I can't type today, y'all. And this is his channel. Okay, Angela needs 895 watch hours. So she's getting very close, y'all. We can really push Angela and get her over that hump. Thank you for doing that, Leanne. I really do appreciate you doing that. And Ashley, I hope that you have dropped your link. Just drop the word Hillbilly in the chat and we can drop your link. Ashley is a young mother. She's got a toddler at home. She's a great cook. She likes gardening and so forth. Another homestead channel. I love Miss Ashley. Right now she's finishing up her Freezer Frenzy, hashtag Freezer Frenzy 23. And I do think that your live is coming up soon for that. Oh, well, tell her I said thank you, Leanne. I really truly appreciate her as well. And our last channel is Our New Land, and they're also in the chat. So if you can drop your link, that would be wonderful. But Our New Land is a great channel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go look you up real quick. And I'm just going to read your about if you have something on your about page. Big Dude, his dad is not doing well, y'all. So be praying for Big Dude's dad also. I did remember that. So every now and then I do remember things. Why am I getting eBay coming up? My computer's crazy. If I touch anything wrong, it's just going to do crazy stuff. Okay, Our New Land is biological brothers. One of them was adopted. And if I'm correct, and I love these two guys, they're great. Let me get this page pulled up, y'all. I'm going to tell you all about their channel with their about section. Come on. Come on, YouTube. Okay. We're full-blooded biological brothers that lived a large portion of our lives separate without even knowing one another existed. We spent the last few years getting to know each other, becoming best friends, and developing a brotherly bond that neither of us expected to have. Although we were raised in different families, nature won over nurture, and we share a ton of the same interests. Those interests include the love of the outdoors, the desire to challenge ourselves, learn new things, build, and create. This led us to buying land to escape from the city, getting our hands dirty, learning new skills, and creating lasting memories with our family and friends. We have big plans and are excited to learn, work, and shape this property into something we can be proud of. We will certainly make mistakes and get frustrated, but that's all a part of the fun and process of learning and making memories. Join us on this journey of experimentation, self-discovery, education, family bonding, and adventure. And that is a beautiful, beautiful story. I babysat for a girl that was adopted, and her adoptive parents allowed the biological parents to become her aunt and uncle. And so they actually got to be an integral part of her raising. And she didn't know any difference. The reason she was adopted was the family was so big and they really just could not afford to feed another mouth. And so they asked this couple that was barren if they would adopt their baby daughter. And it worked out beautifully. And the little girl was so smart, so talented. And I just loved her to pieces. And she did not know she had been adopted at that time, but I'm sure that at some point they told her. I lost contact with her a few years ago, and I think about her very often. So adoption is a wonderful, wonderful thing in the right situation. I know there are some that are bad adoptions out there, but for the most part, I think adoption is a wonderful thing when it's necessary. Our New Land says, wow, I was a closed adoption. I found my biological family when I was almost 30. One of my best friends was also, she had some siblings that she did not know. Her mother left all the children with the father and went off and had 2 more children. And she had been told that her mother had died. And she found out in her 30s that she had 2 biological brothers of a different race. And come to find out that the mother had been raped, but she kept the babies. And she was raped twice, and she kept the babies by the same man. So, I mean, things happen. And we don't understand why a mother would leave all of her children. But that was just something that happened. And I see that Janet Homestead, where you are, welcome in. Got your name down. So that's all of our watch hours. I've got several stories about adoption, y'all. I could tell, I have met people that went through the adoption process, families that didn't know that they had other siblings and were reunited. Just wonderful, wonderful stories. And I'm so grateful. A couple of friends of ours took in 3 children that were siblings as foster parents, and they ended up adopting the children. And those children are grown and successful now because of the adopted parents. So we're always grateful when we come across wonderful stories of adoption. And just because you're not blood does not mean that you're not loved. Thank you, Jamie. And you do what you have to do, because I know you've got all kinds of stuff going on at your homestead as well. We're going to get into our what our friends need it list, and y'all, I call it friends or I'll call it a bus, but I will not say the word because YouTube frowns on it. Hey, one busy mama, welcome in. Okay. Yellow shirt dad, you're first on the list. Gene is just a wonderful, bubbly personality. He tells dad stories, y'all. He gives dad jokes. He'll take you to interesting places on his channel out in Virginia. Just really, really beautiful. Leanne says, I have my own story of trying to adopt. Unfortunately, it's a horror story. I'm sorry to hear that, Leanne. I have a cousin, not a biological cousin, but through my foster parents, that had a horror story also. And if you want to come up on panel in a little bit and tell that story, you're more than welcome to. Because when we share these things, people learn from them, and we can also heal from them. Okay. Gene wears a yellow shirt. You will always know him on panel because he has on his yellow shirt. He has a story about the yellow shirt. Great, great guy. I love watching Gene. He's just a really great personality. And his channel is growing in leaps and bounds. Last week, he was in the 500s. Today, he's at 608 in friends. So y'all go out and make a friend with Yellow Shirt Dad. And Yellow Shirt Dad, would you do me a favor and drop your link? The word is Hillbilly, so drop your link and everybody can connect with you. Good Eats Homestead is a lady that will teach you how to eat healthy. I'm learning a lot of things from her. Matter of fact, I'm fixing to start something new in my supplements because I learned from Dr. Berg on YouTube also about different things that might help me physically feel better. So she's a great lady. She's at 746 friends, and y'all very close to the 800. So y'all can help push her today. I don't know. Did she come in? She has not come in, but if I do have a moderator in the house, they can drop her link. If not, I will try to drop links. Handicapped Traveler is Mr. Dan and Miss Kathy. This is a lovely couple. I love watching them. Hey, Little Ridge Farm, welcome in. They take you different places. They do mail calls. She did a cooking video as part of Jamie's collaboration. The Breads 23 collaboration was great. Did a great job on it. Really love getting to know them as a couple. And Dan is not handicapped. He is handy capable, and we love Mr. Dan. So if you would just drop your link in the description box below if you're in the house. And I saw that you came in. So if you're still here, drop your link. Okay, no moderators in the house. Jamie, would you like to be a moderator? I can do that really, really quick. Let's see if they'll let me do it here. Sometimes they will. No, they're not going to let me do it there. So I'm going to have to go on my phone. And I don't want my watch hours. Let me get it to you if you don't mind doing that, Jamie. Okay, there you are. Add moderator. And I think you're a moderator now. So thank you so much for that. Ashley, would you like to be a moderator also? I can put you on here too. And hey, Rudy. There's my buddy, Rudy. Araheta. Or Iraheta. I'm so glad that everybody is here. We are growing in leaps and bounds today. Y'all don't forget to hit those thumbs up. And I'm waiting to see if CNC Farm can be a moderator. So if she says she'll be a moderator, we'll have two in the house because y'all are usually here anyway. If not, I'll get Yellow Shirt Dad to do it. I'm sure he would like to have that experience and find out what being a moderator is all about. It's really easy. And I don't hold you to come to every live that I do. If you come, that's wonderful. If you don't sweat it because there's usually somebody else here. So I got you on there. And Yellow Shirt Dad said something to learn, so I'm going to get him on here. And I think that will pretty much cover everybody. Hey, Pete, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. Scratching Pete, y'all, supports everybody. I mean, he's everywhere every day. I don't know how the man does it, but he does. He's a wonderful, wonderful friend to all of us small channels, and I love Mr. Pete. Thank you for coming in, Pete. Okay, Cricket 208. She came in first as Cricket. Hey, What the Flock, welcome in. She came in as Cricket, and I couldn't find her on YouTube, so she changed her name to Cricket Loves Life. Well, YouTube wouldn't put her in the algorithms because she's such a small channel. So she's changed it to Cricket 208, the number 208, and she has 57 friends. She's got some really cute videos out there. If one of my moderators would go grab her link, it's Cricket with the number 208 behind it. And she has 57 friends, and we'd like to see her hit 100 very soon. Really sweet lady. I like her a lot. Mountain of Inspiration was on my list, but they hit the 1K, and I've mentioned them, and I mentioned GJ Journeys, which hit the 1K. We're really excited when anybody hits their 1K. That's a big deal. Yeah, she changed it again, Ashley. Unfortunately, she told me the other day she was on one of my videos, and she just let me know that she had to change it again, which was really nice because that means I can go in and find her easy. Carmen says, I'm still listening, but I'm also checking out everyone's channels. Did you know CNC has country style rib tachos on hers? Oh my goodness. Thank you for doing that, CNC. Okay. Where's Mish is a new channel to me. If somebody can go grab her, it's Where's Mish. It's, WHER, see, WHERE apostrophe S and the name Mish, MISH. If somebody can grab that. Hey, Woman Outdoors, that's Miss LB. We shouted you out at the beginning because you made the 4K. I'm all excited for Miss LB. She's monetized, y'all. Y'all go over and check out her channel and just help her along the way because, she does a lot for the community too. She's always shouting out channels. She's a great lady. She does camping videos, product reviews. Her mother lives with her. She lives on a farm, and she's up there by the Great Lakes, y'all. Beautiful country. Beautiful country. And let's see. Our New Land says we need 300s. Okay, so you're getting close to your 4K. And somebody else had said something here. And Janet Homestead, where you are, needs 912 watch hours. Where are you, Janet? I'm just going to make a note by your name. And somebody else said something up here in the chat. Where is it? Canadian Family Life is 7 away from 400, y'all. So y'all go over there and make sure that you hit her up and get her over that 400 mark. Y'all know the drill. It's 3 to 5 minutes of watching a video before you hit that friend button. Make sure you like it, friend her, leave a meaningful comment. And, if you have to, watch a couple of videos just to make sure that it sticks. And then Canadian Family Life, you wait 2 to 3 days before you go back and you friend them back. Because when you friend them one-on-one, YouTube frowns on it and they'll wipe both of them out. So just keep that in mind. And I've got to get back down to my comments. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Michelle says she has the watch hours. That's awesome, Michelle. So we were talking about where's Mitch. She has 375 friends. If somebody has dropped her link, I would appreciate it. And Relax and Enjoy by Vanessa. She's not here today. I really enjoyed her channel. I can't tell you a whole lot about her yet. She's new to me, but she has 241 friends. It's Relax and Enjoy by Vanessa. If somebody can go grab her link and drop it, it would be great. Yeah, y'all make a master playlist. It's easier for any of us to run, but LB especially will watch your playlist and help you out. And I think Hardnack Farms is needing watch hours. If you can go by and watch him and drop his link, Hardnack, drop your link, the word Hillbilly, drop your link. Okay. Our next one is Destination Fun. They are a couple that travels. They do those big boat, go on big boats and do all these travels and stuff, and it's great. Yeah, doing it on a playlist is a really good idea. Woman Outdoors said she puts, when she has watch hours, she'll put it on a watch hour playlist. And you can make it private and you can go and do what you have to do. And Corner Clubhouse Cabot is in the house, y'all. That is Mr. Mark. And we introduced your channel a little while ago. Oh, no, we didn't. We took you off, but no, you're there. I think I dropped your link already, but you want to drop it again, you're more than welcome to. The word is Hillbilly. Okay, and yeah, Hardnack Farms is at 1486 watch hours, and it's been the same number for several months. So y'all help them out. And What the Flock says, I'm 15 away from my 500 friend giveaway. So y'all go over to What the Flock and make sure you like and subscribe and friend them. And do me a favor and drop your link so everybody can go check out your channel. Dream Big Productions plus Fat Bat Fan. I got my package today. I haven't even opened it up. I'm going to do that after this is over with and put out a video for tomorrow. Y'all, I'm going to show you this because they're paying huge amounts for gas. Anytime the prices increase too much, we look for ridiculously high prices. Average around here is $4.60 a gallon, and we are looking at the most expensive gas price of $5.999 a gallon. We love overpaying. No, you don't, but you know, that's they are paying the high price. They are a good friend of mine. They keep sending me wonderful packages. I am always interested in everything that they send me. They are a gaming channel. They do children's gaming on there, but they also do drive-thrus in their town. Really nice people, and they love the plush bats and the plush red pandas. Great people. And one day I'm going to get to know their names. So if you would drop your link and in the chat, it is Hillbilly to drop your link. So somebody drop Janet's link. Janet, can you drop your link? Okay, great. All righty. And where are we at? Littlefoot Ranch. I love this lady. She will teach you a lot of things health-wise. Great. She has a great voice. I love listening to her. She has the kind of personality. I had a teacher like this in college that would talk, and they talked at the same level all the way through. And I learned so much from them because it just stuck in my brain. So when I was taking the test, I was actually hearing my teacher tell me the answers in my brain. It was really neat. So I learned a lot from her. They named the ranch after their horse, and I thought that was really interesting. They have 485 friends. They're close to 500. We want to get them to that 500 mark, y'all. We really do. And next is Cruising Scene, and this is a new to me channel. I can't tell you too much about it, but it is about traveling. Really nice videos. I really enjoy them. 590 friends. They're 10 away from 600, y'all. So if somebody can drop Cruising Scene in the chat, that would help me out tremendously. I really appreciate it. Christy Betts is a new channel to me. Her channel has a purple C, a big C on it. And it's Christy with an IE at the end, and Betts is BETT''S. You may have to go out of YouTube to pull that one up, but it was really neat. She has 300 friends, and we want to push her to 400, 500, and past. She's a great lady. My Raindrop Life is the next channel. Did Christy Betts come in? I don't think she came in. Did I miss her? Let me go back and look, because the chat's moving pretty quick. No, I don't see her. But she's a sweetheart. of a lady. I think you will like her. My Raindrop Life is a new channel to me. I'm getting to know them. And they're at 357 friends. And we want to push them to 400 or past. Got to put up this comment. Don't forget, anytime the race ends in a loss against the AI contestant, we played the classic Price It Right buzzer sound effect, followed by losing horns. They have a lot of fun on their channel, y'all. Yes, Christy is a very big supporter of my channel and many other channels. So y'all make sure you go out and check her out. It's Christy Betts. Okay. Kathy Paina. I think I'm spelling it right. It's Paaina. She lives over in the Hawaiian Islands. Great lady. Love watching her videos. I'm learning so much from her. She'll show you pictures of the oceans and different coves and beaches. A lot of great stuff on her channel. She has 428 friends. And if somebody can drop her link, I would appreciate it. It's Kathy with a K. And the last name is Piana, P with 3 A's, I-N-A is the last name. And Michelle Crochets in Kansas is getting very, very close to 900, y'all. And she's good. She says she was good on her watch hours, so we're hoping to push her along. She's at 861 friends. Her channel is all about crocheting. She does beautiful work, and she also does a lot of giveaways. She does Bible study every morning. You can go connect with her, and she's in the house, so she can drop her link. It's Michelle Crochets in Kansas. This next channel is new to me. It's capital AA dot Kahn with the number 50 attached to it. Brand new to me channel, but apparently he's been on YouTube for a little while. I'm just now getting to know this channel. He is from Pakistan, has 692 friends. The video I watched was a game, so I'm thinking he's a gaming channel. If somebody can go grab his channel and drop him in the chat, that would be great. Thank you for coming in, Canadian Family Life. I really and truly appreciate you being here. And my last channel is Chillin' Indiana Carl. Now, Carl has been a great supporter of my channel since he found out about me. He will drop my link in his community tab every time I put a video out, y'all. Great supporter. Love Mr. Carl. He's got some great content on his channel. He needs to get some more out. He has 230 friends, and y'all, we can push him to 300 very, very soon. And Carl, if you're still in the chat, drop your link. And that is the end of my friend shout outs for this week. My updates on my channel are, as of this morning, I had 888 friends. Y'all, I'm 12 away from 900. So if y'all would do me the favor and share out my videos and tell people about me, a little bit about me, to build those friendships up, I would appreciate it. And I do go and check out those channels and friend them back within 2 to 3 days after they friend me to make sure it sticks. My watch hours this week was down. It was only 59.4. And of course, most of that was from my live. But that doesn't mean anything. It changes from day to day. So yesterday it was at 71 point something hours. Today it's 59.4 because when you go 7 days out, it just goes to 7 days. So that's how it works. And my total watch hours are 3,290. I was really excited to see that. That means I need 710 watch hours to reach the 4K. And I need 112 friends to reach the 1K. And y'all know I'm planning on doing a giveaway. I'm going to have a party, and we're going to give away some items. Some of them are going to be homemade items. Some of my aprons and other items that I make that I like to use myself. And I thought, well, these would make really great gifts for you guys. And what the flock, you need lots and lots of watch hours. Are you over the 1K? I can't remember. Let me see. I know you've been on here a couple of times, so let's see. Man, I had a lot of notes last week. Oh, okay. You're only at 500, but as you get closer to that 1K, let me know, and we will really push that for you to get the watch hours. But if anybody wants to connect with What the Flock and trade watch hours, they're more than welcome to. All you have to do is put it in the comment section that you're willing to trade, and somebody will do some watch time with you. Okay, I'm not sure who's coming up today after my live, but I do know that Dave Collier Camping usually comes on at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and sometimes 6 Acres Farm is on at noon Central Standard Time. So I don't know if she's doing one this week or not. I did not see her notification today. So those are the two that I know are on Wednesday. We have collaborations for April. This is open collaborations being hosted by Gail Southern Living. You will need to contact Gail and let her know that you're going to be a part of this. She does like to set you up with a date most of the time, but it is an open collaboration. So if you drop one of these 2 hashtags and make sure that you add Gail Southern Living to the title, and in the description box, she will find you. The first hashtag is Bless My Garden 23 and hashtag Weird Container Growing 23. So those are the 2 collaborations that I know of that's going on in April. And if anybody else has collaborations they want mentioned, you can tell me in the chat, and I will try to write it down and get it into the next live so that we can keep up with these. Little Ridge Farm is going to be doing a pop-up live with her daughter very shortly. So y'all can go check her out. And that will be great to see. What time are you doing that, Little Ridge? Just let me know in the chat. Hey, Rita's Roost. Welcome in, my friend Rita. Rita's mama had a birthday, y'all. And she gave away a quilt, or is giving away a quilt. I'm not sure which. Trying to keep up with everybody, and sometimes you just can't do it, you know. Okay, today's topics of interest, y'all. Dinesh D'Souza via Twitter said that DC Inquirer released a video. Republican reveals articles of impeachment live to Biden secretary during hearing. Thought that was really interesting. Okay, it's going to be on April 17th. So y'all go over to Rita's Roast, get her address, drop a birthday card in the mail to her mama. And I think her name is Miss Polly, if I'm correct. And you can watch her live on April 17th, and she's going to give away a beautiful quilt that she's made. Wonderful, beautiful work. Yeah, a nice quilt, y'all. Miss Rita has a big heart, and I love Miss Rita. I love watching her videos. She's so down to earth. She's got lovely grandchildren. She cooks all the time. She lives on a farm. You will see all kinds of interesting things on her channel. So y'all go check out Miss Rita's Roost. Rita, if you would, just drop the word hillbilly in the chat and you can have some people connect with you. And that would be wonderful. Oh, I see Jamie's already done it. So you're good. Okay, this is the big topic of the week. We all know that number 45 was indicted on 34 charges up in New York State. He could face 136 years in prison for falsified business deals in New York State, according to the AG. And they're all misdemeanors. Every one of them is a misdemeanor. It is a Class E felony of leaked grand jury testimony. And the lawyer Dershowitz says that Alvin Bragg, New York AG, could face up to 5 years in prison and could be disbarred for his case against number 45 because of the leaked grand jury testimony to public. Is a Class E felony in New York, and that was given by the Conservative Brief. As of yesterday, y'all, we are officially a third world country. 4/4/23. You can mark it on your calendar. Third world country. If we allow bogus charges for indicted former sitting presidents. And they've opened up a huge can of worms. I'm going to come back to some stuff I've got written there. On the same day that number 45 was given his indictment charges, number 45 was awarded over $100K from Stormy Daniels amid his arraignment, DC Inquirer, and that's one of the charges, was about the money thing. By the Ninth Circuit Court, this is in addition to roughly $500K that she already owes him. The indictments against 45 is unprecedented, and it will open the door to prosecuting former presidents. So like I said, they've opened up a big, huge can of worms right there. Number 45 will be back in New York court in December of 2023. So they're going to wait the rest of the year and drag this out as long as they can. So that's what's going on there. I thought that was really, really interesting. And of course, his numbers keep going up because he is running for the election in 2024. Yeah, it is very, very much insane what is happening. And it's not just in our nation, it's happening all over the world. Israel needs to be prayed for big time because during the time that Netanyahu was out of office and they had replaced him, they replaced judges there that are extremely biased and extremely liberal. And he's trying to change the verbiage now in their constitution so that they can correct that. Yes, thank you for doing that, Jamie. She does have a lot of collaborations going on. Gail Southern Living. Gail is a great lady, and she's a great place to start doing collaborations if you've never done one. She is very, very much detailed and will walk you through the process, and it's a really a good thing. Okay, I'm going to go back up here to some stuff that I missed. Wheat. Wheat hits a record as drought plagues the Midwest. So wheat prices are going up. So you need to be prepared for the high cost of wheat products, aka flour, bread, etc. And that's coming from Zero Hedge. So I'm telling you to go get your wheat products now because you're going to be paying through the nose if you don't. And we use wheat for a number of things, including feeding animals. So y'all be praying about that. It is just unbelievable what is going on. We are under, more bad weather in the center of the nation headed our way today. Y'all, my nose is running. And I didn't bring any tissues over here, so y'all forgive me. Tornado was on the ground in Kentucky and Ohio as of 9:27 a.m. I have not gotten an update on that. Pray about these tornadoes because we have had horrific damage this year from tornadoes, and we have lost a lot of lives in the South and Midwest because of these tornadoes. And these are not itty bitty tornadoes. These are EF4, EF5 tornadoes. The last round we had several tornado emergencies, which they very rarely ever give, at the same time in several states. It was awful. Y'all, pardon me. Tornado watch for parts of Indiana and Kentucky and Ohio until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tornado damage in Missouri and Illinois was being reported. Tornado warning for Atlanta, Texas, Queen City, Texas, Bloomberg, Texas until 9:15 a.m. this morning. Unbelievable. Hey, Destination Fun, welcome in. I just shouted you out, my friend. Get you on my list. And I hope I didn't forget anybody. Carmen says, this sounds crazy, but does anyone else wonder if the government can control parts of the weather? And Hardnack says, the destruction from the weather has been horrible. And Ashley said, yeah, it's a deadly one, hit us overnight. Yes, it is extremely deadly. And our neck of the woods, which is West Tennessee, is under a tornado watch and wind advisory until 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're expecting more storms overnight. So it's going to be really traumatic, I think, because the temperatures are so high here right now. You walk outside and you're just sweating immediately. It's really unusual. The Tennessee counties are Carroll, Crockett, Dyer, Fayette, Gibson, Haywood, Henry, Lake, Lauderdale, Madison, Obion, Shelby, Tipton, and Weakley counties. So that's all of West Tennessee so far. So y'all definitely be praying for everybody in the path of these storms. And my opinion is they're seeding the clouds. I've noticed it. I know other people have noticed that you'll see those white streaks go on across the sky from the jets. And then the next day we have storms. I mean, the sky could be clear and the next day we have storms. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, the chemtrails and all that. Yeah, I'm nutty too. Contrails. Thank you, Hardnack Farms. I know fire weather also where you're at. So yeah, it's crazy dangerous. And we're under a wind advisory too. And thank you, Lord, for the new roof on my house. That's all I have to say. I'm thankful about that because we did lose several shingles the last time around. And if you didn't watch the video that I put out, a little pop-up live, we lost several shingles, and when my son-in-law was on the roof, he was pulling the shingles off, and the tar paper that was underneath was dry rotted. It was just literally falling apart in their hands. So we got the roof on just in the nick of time, and he put on a layer of the tar paper, but he also put on a layment over that sticks, and that will seal out any moisture. And then he put on the roofing, and he actually capped the roof with extra roofing, and everything up there is new now. So I'm excited about that. He did a really good job. He did it in 2 days by himself. I was so excited to see his work. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I got to spend time with my daughter and my 2 grandsons, and we just had a blast. It was really nice. Hardnack Farm says, makes you wonder, bad weather hitting. The Bible states, yes, lots of patterns in the sky. Yes, it's for real. Geoengineering in the skies. Yeah. The Bible does talk about the weather. It talks about signs in the heavens. It talks about earthquakes in diverse places. Most of this is found in Matthew 24. So if you go read Matthew 24, you'll read all about that. The Bible is real. If you don't know Jesus, I would ask you today to make that decision to know him, to allow him into your heart, and to follow his teachings, because he is the living Son of God. He is still alive. He died a physical death on a cross. He was buried in a grave for 3 days, and after the 3 days, God raised him up from the dead. And after 40 days, he went to be with the Father in heaven. And the Bible tells us that he is seated at the right hand of the Father, and that he will come again for his own. So yes, y'all, it's very real, and it's getting very close, I do believe, to the rapture. Those things are going to happen. Hardnack Farm says, contrails dissipate fast and chemtrails spread and cover the sky. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just really weird, because you'll see those streaks across the sky, and it'll be clear as a bell, and then the next day we have storms. Crazy, crazy weather. A lot of people think it's China doing this. Who knows? Yeah, it's better to know Jesus and believe in Jesus than to not know him and be without him. And even if God is not real, what is it hurting you? That's been my opinion for many, many years. If God is not real, and you believe in Jesus, then you're still okay. You believed in Jesus. Big deal. But if God is real and you don't believe in Jesus, then that is something else. That is totally a different picture. Yeah, remember the China weather balloons? Yep. Hey, just doing our best. Welcome in. I don't think I got you on my list. I'll get you on here. Before I go on with the news, I'll just tell y'all that I write your names down every week, and I've got a list already. Y'all see? I'm already on the second page up there at the top. I go through and I will find videos. If you're new to my channel, I will do a 3 to 5 minute video with you. I will leave a meaningful comment. Then I will like and friend you. If you have been here before, I will give you at least 10 to 15 minutes of watch hour time, depending on how much time I have available during the week. And I got behind last week, so I am a little behind. But I'm hoping and praying that I can catch up and get everybody in this week. Then I go through and I will write down people that are under the 1K, and you will get a shout out next week. If you're at 1K and you need watch hours, you need to let me know in the chat so that I can get you on my watch hours list, and I will go and do some watch hour time with you. That's the way I pay you back for your kindness of coming to my lives. Okay, we finished that little spiel. Okay, where am I? I don't know if y'all heard this or not, but there was rioters at our Tennessee state capitol over the GUN control rally. And this was over the shooting in Nashville by the transgender girl that thought she was a he/she that went into a school and killed 6 people, and they killed her as well. we have a lot of sick people in the world that have mental disorders. I do believe some of it is demonic. Just doing our best. Are you at the 1K? Just let me know in the chat. If not, someone can get with you in the chat and trade watch hours. Hardnack Farm, I need 710 watch hours at this point. And I really want it to be about 720 just to make sure I have that little buffer. Okay, so you're at the 1K, and I'll get you on my list for next week, and I will do some watch hours either this week or next week. I rotate through my list and try to get everybody I can. And I just run the playlist, and sometimes I leave comments. I try to sprinkle them throughout. I'll let you know when I stop for the night or whatever, and so I can pick it back up. Okay. Democrat representatives who egged rioters at the Tennessee Capitol are stripped of committee assignments. This is according to Zero Hedge. They face expulsion from the House of Representatives. The reps are Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Peterson. We need to pray for our government leaders. I don't agree with what they're, the plots that they're pulling with the gun control and everything else, because I was raised up in high school, junior ROTC, had live AMMUN. I can't spell. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Live AMMO. On campus, we had a shooting range. We were taught safety, proper use of a weapon. We were taught how to shoot a target. We were given the medals for whatever level we were at. And back in that day, no one dared come into a school and shoot it up, because the students in that school knew how to use a weapon. And so many farm kids out in the country would go out hunting before school and have their rifles hanging in their vehicle out in the parking lot. This is back in the day. And people knew that people on campus were armed. We also had armed security in our school back then. Now they don't want armed security in there. They don't want teachers armed. They certainly do not want the students armed and taught proper etiquette and responsibility of handling weapons. Yeah, Hardnack Farm says all of these shooters are on a psychotropic drugs. God says don't be out of your right mind, and then the devil takes over. Yeah, the Bible also says that we as Christians are of a sound mind. So y'all remember that. And the parents are too busy and distracted, and the children are suffering. You're right, Jean. That is absolutely the truth. Carmen says, yes, lots of trucks with GUNs in them at my high school too. Yeah. The thing of it is it's going to come down to the parents, both male and female, that are trained, properly trained, and have a right to carry, are going to be having to stand outside the schools to guard their children. And that's a sad reality that we're going to have to come to that in this nation. And our government is pushing for the ban because they want us disarmed so they can do like they did in Nazi Germany and many other countries. You're not armed, you cannot fight back. And I'm thanking the Lord that my voice is holding out today, because I'm in allergy season, y'all. So yeah, I have a big issue with the GUNBAN. And Good Eats is in the house. Hello, my friend. You were shouted out just a little while ago. And let's see. Get myself back over to the right page. Just doing our best, says Sal, how the spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah is rampant. If someone has a problem with what gender they think they should be, then their issues is with God. Absolutely. You can't change the DNA. You can change the physical look of your body, but you do not change your DNA. And that is a fact. You can't change the DNA. And when you go and do your DNA, it doesn't say non-binary or any other thing. It says male or female. So, you can't change the DNA, and God gave you the DNA. You can't change that X and Y chromosome. It just don't happen. Now, there are people that are born with an extra chromosome, and that's a totally different issue. But that doesn't mean they don't identify themselves as male or female, because God still gives them what they need to know which sex they are. Just doing our best. I have 20 hens and 2 roosters. Only my hens are laying eggs. Yeah, the rooster crows, but the hen produces. Okay, this came from Zero Hedge. Biden moved and stored, y'all get this, unguarded classified documents while he was VP. And from what I understand, it has been moved several times. And this article said, in Chinatown. What? In Chinatown. But they didn't say Chinatown, New York, or Chinatown out in California, or Chinatown over in China. Very confusing. But he is a loose cannon, is all I can say. Loose cannon. Carl's still in Indiana. Carl says, my state, we have a constitutional carry, but I already had my lifetime CCL. Well, good for you. I'm so proud of you. Our state has a constitutional carry now, open carry. But my husband also has his CCL. Yeah, yellow shirt dad, we can carry in plain sight in Virginia. Yeah. Which we need to get back to, because we have that right in our Constitution. And y'all know that they're trying to shred the Constitution. They're trying to sell us off down the river. And we really need to get these people out of office. There is a meme going around. I'm going to read this to you. Don't know who actually came up with it. It was attributed to a Russian named Fyodor Dostoevsky, and I can't even say the last name. So anyway, it says, tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles. I just thought that was funny. That's the last thing I have, y'all. That's it. There's no more. So we're going to open up the panel to anybody that wants to come up. And, that's not right. I've got to take that off there. Get my link and drop it. I hope that some of y'all will come up on panel today and talk about a little bit about your channel, and we can talk about any of the issues that are going on in your state if you want to, or the weather or anything like that. As a matter of fact, you can drop weather and your city and state in the chat, and Nightbot will tell us your weather report. How about that? And while I'm waiting for that, I want to introduce you to my lamb. I got this for my grandson. This is going to be, I'm going to put him in an Easter basket for him. He has a little pouch that goes in here that can be heated up in a microwave. And I took it out because I want to wash it because it is secondhand. I want it clean for him. And I'm going to disinfect the little pouch with some non-toxic chemical spray, and then let it air dry, and then put it back in here for him and get him into a little Easter basket. But isn't that lamb cute? I mean, it was adorable. It was calling my name. Paid $2.99 at the thrift store for this, and I'm pretty sure it was about $20, $25 or more for a little stuffed animal now. So I thought that was really adorable, and I think he will love this. So my grandmother made me a lamb out of a bed sheet when I was an infant, and she embroidered the eyes on it, and it had cardboard in the feet so it would stand up. It was just, an outline cut of a little lamb, but it had the cutest ears on it, kind of like this. And she just did a really good job on it, and I carried that thing around with me for so long, and I don't know whatever happened to it. I probably would still have it, but more than likely my mother got rid of it at some point without telling me. She may have gifted it to someone else who had an infant. It is very, very soft, Carmen, very soft. So that's going to be his Easter basket. And y'all, we're just a few days from Easter. I can't believe how quickly this year is going by. Make sure I got you down, Carmen. Yep, I missed your name on here for some reason. I must have been talking a lot. And if you're on there twice. But isn't it cute? And I also have, I used to do gospel magic. And I have a rabbit in a hat. It's a silent rabbit. He doesn't talk. But I used him to do gospel magic with the children and teach them about Jesus many, many years ago. If I find him one day, I will show you my gospel magic puppet. His name was Mr. Skittles. So you might find out a little more about me one day. Yes, it is Wednesday. Hey, where's Mish? We talked about your channel just a little while ago, sweetie, and we welcome you in. So glad that you're here. Yes, I think he's cute too. I just loved it. Hey, Alfonso, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here, my friend. I got your package today. And I'm so excited. I've got another CD from Alfonso today, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow's video. I'm going to do my mail call. He said, hello from Colorado. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. I'm on my way to the Civitan meeting from work. I need prayers for our company. Our ambassador relations manager moved to another position, so we will definitely be praying about that. Basically, there's going to be some changes within our company. Okay. Well, Alfonso is a wonderful friend. He is legally blind. He also is super, super talented. He learned to play several musical instruments by ear, and he also loves model trains. He is a good friend of mine. He will be a good friend to you. Alfonso, drop your link by typing the word Hillbilly in the chat, and we can have friends come over to your channel, I hope. Y'all, I love every one of you. I just want you to know that you're each and every one loved by me. I absolutely love you, but Jesus loves you more. That's all I can say on that. And I need someone to come up on panel so we can keep our live going for a little bit longer. So if you want to come up on panel, help this lady out just a little bit, y'all. Come on up because I can hear my sinuses taking over. Don't make me beg. And thank y'all for praying for Alfonso's job situation. Carmen says her husband is legally blind also. Um, we have a man at church that is legally blind. I've got someone coming up.
Hi, Susan.
Let me get it up here. It switched to the wrong thing. Hey, Shirley.
Hi, Susan.
What is your channel?
Just doing our best.
Just doing our best. Welcome in. Welcome in. So glad that
Thank
you're
you.
here. Tell us about your channel.
Well, we are Big 2A, more of the prepping side. So we do food preservation, canning, freeze drying, dehydrating, and we raise our own chickens. We have 20 hens and 2 roosters. So we get anywhere between 13 and 15 pounds a week of eggs.
Wow.
And we're big into prepping, so we stock up on anything that you know we think we need to prepare for, like food shortage. We stock up on food, and in case there's an economic collapse, we stock up on precious metals. If there's a grid down situation, we have a solar generator and fuel stocked up, and what do you call that? Two way, of course, and satellite phone if the phone situation goes down. So we're prepping. In other
Yeah.
words, we're like
Big.
the prepper
Yeah.
here.
So y'all need to go over and check out her channel. If one of the moderators can drop just doing our best in the chat, or you drop the word hillbilly, and y'all go check out her channel and get to prepping. I'm prepping too, but I'm way far behind where I should be. We had Kobobo hit our home last year in January, and it took me and my husband have both been just playing catch up ever since.
Oh
It
no.
is just doing our best, Carmen. Just doing our
So
best.
I just type in hillbilly.
Yes.
Oh, I've got
Nope.
my glasses on, but still can't see.
You got it in there. I see it just popped up. Thank you for coming, Michelle. I appreciate you being here.
Hi, everybody. I know a few of them, and but a lot of them are actually new to me.
Well, that's a good thing. That means you can grow your channel by friending all these folks.
Yes, yes, I
So y'all go
can.
over and check out Miss Shirley and her videos, and of course, I will be going back to your channel too, and doing a little bit of watch time. Where are you at on your friends list?
Um, you mean my subscribers?
Yeah.
I'm at 1107. In
Okay,
fact,
so you're over the
uh,
1K. Where are
uh-huh.
you at on your watch hours? Or you
I'm
told
on.
me.
I'm only at 1313.
Okay, so we need to work on the watch hours with
It
this
actually
channel.
went. Yeah, it actually went down. I was at 24, 28. Then from there, it went down to 1800, then went down to 1200, and it's just slowly creeping back up. So I don't know what happened, that I
Yeah,
lost a lot of my watch
who
hours.
knows with YouTube? I mean,
Right.
who knows? But I'm so glad that you came up on panel. I love getting to know people. So,
Thank
what's
you.
going on in your neck of the woods that we may not be hearing about in the news?
Um, I really don't know what's in the news, considering I don't watch. Well, for my news and what's going on, I always go to USA Watchdog with Greg Hunter.
Right.
And Gerald Salente, Trends in the News. And I don't listen to mainstream media. We don't have cable.
Right.
And I don't even go to their channel, so I don't know what's going on with their side. We're just, um, so that's where we get our news.
Yeah, I get a lot of my news from Zero Hedge, but online, um, Restricted Republic is really good. Um,
Redacted.
and,
Hmm.
yeah, and what is the other one? There's a couple of them on YouTube that I'm connected to, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember the names now.
Same here.
Okay, prepping items that you think is very necessary right now that we
Right
need to have
now,
right now.
well, the way we look at it, goes in threes. You can live um, 3 days without water, so we need to get the water first. We have a 5,000. Well, we have three 300-gallon tanks, and we've got three more that we can put in, and we also have 55-gallon tanks that have water in it. But the three 55-gallon, I'm sorry, the three IBC totes that are 300 gallons is what we use for the water, for the rainwater catchment.
Okay,
So water. That's 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So you need food, of course,
right.
and you need food. There's I am drawing a blank, but for now the way we're looking at it is, it looks like we're going to have, it looks like, with the run on the banks going on and things like that, and the value of the dollar is, you know, it's it's really being devalued quickly, and a lot
Extremely
of,
quickly.
right, a lot of economists, they estimate that it's actually only at 3 cents per dollar.
Wow.
That's
See, I didn't
that's
even know
worth that.
that.
Uh
Yeah.
huh. Yeah, and they're saying it's not that the prices of things, of the commodities, food, things like that. It's not that the prices are going up. It's that the value of the dollar is going down. So you need more of it to keep up with to pay for what you need.
Yeah. Argentina
Hmm.
and I think it was China have stopped using the US dollar,
Right.
which
And
actually hurts
Syria.
us even more.
Right, and Syria, Russia, there's more countries coming in. Um, at the BRICS nation, I mean, they tried putting the sanction on Russia, but it turned around and bit them in the butt.
Oh yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and
And it's surprising that Russia has not attacked the US yet. It really is, or China.
mhm, mhm.
We've had Russian ships off of our coast for months now, so it could happen at any time. We need to be prepared for any number of things.
Right, any number of things.
Yeah, nuclear war is a big issue that I'm hearing here and there. Um,
Mhm.
and of course, we should have the iodine pills on
Right,
hand,
iodine
which I
tablets.
haven't bought any yet.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on me. But I haven't bought any yet. And I told my husband, I said, we really need to purchase it. And I keep forgetting to buy it. So I'm going to write it down now while I'm thinking about it.
Iodine tablets. You know what? Next time I have a giveaway, I ought to put some of that in there.
That would be
That would be.
great.
Uh huh. And yes, so we've got the iodine tablets. We've also got the gas mask, and what do you call that? With the prescriptions, we have actually been stocking up on. It's called fish mox. It's amoxicillin for fish,
Okay.
and if you look at the back of the uh, the amoxicillin for the fish, it's the same milligrams and the same exact thing that's in the ones for humans. So, and when I got sick last year, I did not go to the hospital to get any antibiotics or anything. I took the fish marks, and hey, it it did what antibiotics was supposed to do. So
Right.
I know that that works. And I don't need to pay $1,000 to the doctor to get a prescription and pay another $100 for prescription from pharmacia.
I want to welcome in Barb's Country Home
Hey,
and Hardneck.
Barb.
Yeah, and Hardneck Farm says it's so concerning that China has thousands of fighting age men coming here in droves from Canada.
Yes, that's true. I've heard of that. I've
I
heard that
am
too.
allergic to penicillin, amoxicillin, and a host of other things. I mean, I've got a whole paragraph of things I'm allergic to now. The doctors look at me like I'm a
Mhm.
walking wonder that I can even live without all of this.
Right.
But there are so many things that we can find to replace the prescriptions if we
Right.
look in the right place.
Mhm.
And a lot of our healing is really untapped because it's going to come from the ocean, I do believe.
Mhm.
Um, I'm fixing to start serapeptase, which is from an ocean animal. So we're going to
Okay.
try that and see how that works for me. And
And
when I try it and it works or not, I will let everybody know. Um,
mhm.
because these supplements are not cheap, and y'all know that the supplements are going to be at some point regulated by the FDA.
Right.
They've already
Mhm.
passed the law on it. So if you want to get supplements built up, you may want to do it now.
Mhm. Now Carmen Gonzalez said that she uses fish marks many times and that it works. So that is very true. Like I said, that's what I did also. Fish marks. And one reason why we like to stay away from anything, that has to be prescribed is because if you see in the Bible, it talks about pharmakia.
Yeah.
That's where the word pharmacy comes from, pharmakia. And what does the Bible say about pharmakia? It's witchcraft and sorcery, and
Yes.
so, So I don't. If we can stay away from anything that you know, well, for us, we stay away from anything or and everything that has to do with Big Brother or pharmakia or things like that. We do our best to stay away from things like that.
Well, I want to say hello to Cricket 208 and Gail Southern Living for coming in. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. And we are talking with Miss Shirley
Okay.
from Just Doing Our Best. So, y'all are going to get a lot of great information from her. I wish I didn't have to take certain medications, but unfortunately, I am a diabetic. I have ankylosing spondylitis. I have lupus and a host of other things going on with my body. So, some things I absolutely have to control,
Mhm.
like the diabetic medicine. I did get away from everything to do with rheumatology. I walked away from my rheumatologist. I said, enough is enough. You're putting poison in my body. I'm not going to do it anymore. And so I am looking for natural alternatives to help me
Mhm.
control that. And I'm also watching my diet
Mhm.
very closely with the diabetes so that I can get this weight off of me. And as you lose weight, the diabetes seems to go away. It never goes away completely, but it seems to go away as you lose weight and you get more active. So that's the idea that I have. Um, my dad was a diabetic. They said my mother was borderline. There's no such thing as borderline diabetic, people. You're either diabetic or you're not.
Or not,
But it's
right?
coming from all the processed foods that we put in our bodies. So get back to eating healthy, organic foods
Mhm.
if you can. We have
Right.
gotten away from buying meat in the grocers. We go to
Mhm.
our local farmers market and we buy organic grown meat. And we
Mhm.
know it's organic. It has no nitrates, no nothing in it. So we're
Mhm.
doing that. I can tell a difference. We raise our
Right.
chickens. We have actually butchered chickens here on the Hillbilly
Mm-hmm.
Chicken Ranch. A matter of fact, I need to get them out of the freezer and get them processed and in canning jars so I can make more room for other things. We get wild meat from different hunters that we know because my husband doesn't have time to go hunt anymore. We will go and get fish, catfish and so forth if we need it out of the local streams and rivers, but everything's being poisoned in the water right now. We've got
Mm-hmm.
all this that train derailment in Palestine, Ohio has poisoned waterways, and they're trying to kill us. If people don't believe it, they are trying to
Mm-hmm.
kill us, and we
Mm-hmm.
need to understand that. And in order to survive, you need to be prepared. And I can't stress that enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's why even before all of this hit, you know, when all the Kabobo hit, I was already had that mindset for over 20 years to stockpile groceries. I was a
Mm-hmm.
great couponer. I knew how to coupon. My husband was better than I was, and we had always had a stock of groceries, but we also grew a backyard garden. We had a 4,000 square foot garden in our backyard in Memphis when we lived down there on a little 1/3 acre lot. And we fed the neighborhood out of our garden, and it was organically grown food. Hardnack
Right.
Farm says, watch
Yes.
Chef AJ. She has doctors on her channel. I am a whole food, plant based, healing a tick disease. Eat pure food. Meat is being injected
Right.
now. So many are commercial chickens and nasty stuff are being processed. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. That is
Absolutely.
so true. Mm-hmm. That's why, like you said, go to your local uh, fish market. I'm sorry, farmers market. Not only do you know that you get something healthier from them, but you are supporting your local businesses.
Yeah. You want
Yeah,
to
rather
support
than
You want to support your local farmers any way you can. We have an Amish
right.
community that is about 50 miles away from us or so. And so
Mm-hmm.
we go to the Amish community all summer long, and we went throughout the winter and bought canned goods from them that they
Mm-hmm.
home can. So we're supporting them, and I get all my elderberry syrup now through them, which is wonderful. I don't have to go looking for elderberries. I
Right.
and it's working for me. I take
Mm-hmm.
elderberry syrup every day. I am
Mm-hmm.
taking a local raw honey, and I put purple onion or the yellow onion. I slice it real thin, put it in a jar in the refrigerator, and let it sit for a few weeks, then strain it off. But it lasts up to 6 months, and I take that every day, and it
Mm-hmm.
has literally cut down on the inflammation and the phlegm that I was producing in my body and the cough that I was
Right.
having every day, it is
Mm-hmm.
now under control. So there are things that we can do to better our health.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And it's so much cheaper than going to the doctor.
Uh-huh. Well, I use the raw honey. My husband gets it from one of his friends who, you know, harvest their own honey. So we use the raw honey and the garlic that we plant. We throw it in there, and the ginger that we plant. We mix it all together, and give it a few months to infuse, and that's what we use to, when it comes to the colder months, the flu season. I'm
Right.
sorry, English is my second language, so I may get stuck with words sometimes. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. God bless you for being a native.
Thank. No, I'm not a native. I'm an islander.
Island. Well,
Mm,
I have some Islander in me way back. Um, Believe it or not, a lot of the Native Americans in the United States have a lot of the island native blood also. I have Australian native blood in me. I was like, where did that come from? I did a DNA a few years back. So I know a lot about my
mhm,
DNA and what it, you know,
mhm,
what I am.
mhm,
Um, And I tell people all the time, you can't be a racist once you do your DNA.
Right.
You
That's
don't know
true.
what you are.
Now,
You really
yeah,
and
we
truly don't. Um,
my, my father calls our family the United Nations.
all right.
Be,
Well, he's right.
right. Because we may be Chamorros. That's our native. That's our ethnicity, Chamorros from the island of Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. But all my in-laws are there's Hispanic, there's black, there's white, there's
Exactly.
they're all from different
Yeah, and I go.
nationalities and ethnicities.
I did mine through 23andMe, and I did it with the medical. Well, I didn't get the
Mhm.
medical that I expected to get. Paid all this money. Found another website, and I put my DNA in there, and it was absolutely free at the time. And found out all the things that I was susceptible to. And it really helped me out. And would take this information to my doctors, and they look at me like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I said, well, put it in my file because now you know that I'm susceptible to this. And if it shows up,
Mhm.
then you'll know how to deal with it. Um,
Okay.
Hardnack is healing their kidneys from the Rocky Mountain tick fever.
Fever.
Uh, they're using holistic and
Holistic.
eat pure. The ticks shut off their thyroid,
Thyroid,
adrenal,
adrenals.
lymphatic, and immune system. And Missy's channel, she also has a tick-borne issue that she's dealing with, and she can't eat certain meats and stuff. So those ticks are very, very dangerous out there. And I think they were
Mhm.
genetically made because we didn't have this problem years ago.
Right.
Um, just crazy stuff. Just really crazy stuff.
Hi, Jamie.
We, I see some, we're doing some seed trading in the chat. I like that. I got to sit down and do all my seeds, y'all. I haven't sat down to figure out what all I'm planting because I've got so many seeds.
Mhm.
And we haven't even got our garden plot ready yet. And it's already April. And I told my husband, we got to get busy and get that done.
Right.
Last year, the chickens ate everything. Didn't get nothing done. Didn't get much out
Mhm.
of it. Parsley is extremely good for your kidneys. I use parsley a
Mhm.
lot. Uh, and it's good for to purge mucus. Give up the dairy,
Mhm.
and your mucus will stop. Well, I can't give up the dairy because I am low on calcium,
Hi,
unfortunately.
Mark.
But since doing the honey with the purple or the yellow onion
The onion.
and making a
Mhm.
syrup out of it, I have had almost no phlegm whatsoever, which is wonderful. And the next time around, I'm going to be trying it with garlic and seeing how
Mhm.
that works because each one of
Mhm.
them has a different property. So
Right.
I am experimenting and to trying to
Mhm.
get my health to where I want it to be. And I am
Garlic
down.
and ginger.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow ginger now, so I'm going to
Mhm.
hopefully get some good ginger out of it.
Mhm.
Um, Cricket had two kidney transplants. So she's a transplant survivor and she's a transplant advocate. I forgot to say that before. Hardnack Farm says God told me to help people grow
Yes.
food and share seeds in 2019. Absolutely.
Mhm. God bless you for that, Hardneck.
And
Yes.
I have a good
Mhm.
friend that I grew up with. And when we were on Facebook before I got kicked off, I had a uh, seed exchange on there that we
Mhm.
started. And they took away all my groups. They took away my own business page,
Oh
and
no.
I couldn't get into the groups to do the administration on any of them. And
Mhm.
walked away from Facebook and have not looked back since. But I did get
Mhm.
in on the class action suit if they ever do anything with it. Uh,
Mhm.
and I listed every one of my groups and my business account also in that class action lawsuit.
Mhm. Wow.
God will tell you what to do if you're listening. He told
Yes.
me many years ago about uh, to get away from the genetically modified seeds and to get as much organic heirloom seeds as you possibly can and store them back. And I store mine in a freezer because I'm in the South and we are very humid here.
Yeah, I store
Um,
mine in the freezer too.
and I found that the seeds do better in the freezer, except for the flower
Right.
seeds. I put them in the
Mhm.
refrigerator. Um,
Mm.
I keep my flower seeds for flowers that I'm going to plant around my garden in my refrigerator.
Mhm.
Gail said she joined a hashtag IBG 2023 seed swap this year and got 32 types of seed. I am blessed.
Oh.
You absolutely are. Hey, Christy Betts, welcome in. We mentioned
Hey.
you out just a little while ago, honey.
Well, Susan, I'm sorry to have to end this, but I'm gonna get some things done outside before it gets way too hot.
Okay,
I
well,
just
thank you for
wanted to
coming
jump
up.
on and give you a quick hi, introduce myself, and I sure appreciate you having me on.
Well, I appreciate you coming up and come back and visit me anytime you like.
I sure will.
You be
Thank you.
blessed, my friend.
You too, Susan. You be blessed. Bye, everybody in chat.
Thank you, Shirley. Don't forget to drop your link again if you're going to leave, just so
Okay, I
everybody can
will.
connect with you because we've got some new people coming in.
All
Anybody
right,
else want
perfect.
to come up? I see Gail's got had joined another um, collaboration on seed giveaway. It's over for this year, but she's going to do it again next year. Well, we can start another one. Um, Hardnack Farm says yes, 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 heirlooms, and get seed to seed book from Suzanne Ashworth. Learn to keep your seeds pure from cross pollination. Yeah, and believe it or not, cream peas, I think they're called cream peas. I can't remember what they are, but if you plant them with other beans, they cross pollinate, and then you get a weird seed out of it. So yeah, you want to make sure that you're not cross pollinating, especially the beans. So, and tomatoes is another one you don't want to cross pollinate too much if you're going to collect seeds. So if you're not going to collect the seeds, then you can plant them. Corn is wind pollinated up to 3 miles. If GMO corn is close, it will cross. You can do tassel and shoot bags to keep your corn pure. I didn't know that. So that's great information. We need to save our seeds, and the more we share and we collect our own seeds, the better it will be. Hey, Shaz73, welcome in. Shaz, I did not get to your channel yet on the watch hours that I planned on doing last week, but you are on my list, and I will get to them sometime this week. We had so much going on here. It was unbelievable. Hardnack says, I wish I had dressed and had my hair done. I would come up. You can come up anyway. We don't care if you're in your jammies. Christy says, I'm so aggravated, herniated disc, and can't get out to work. Christy, I have herniated disc in my lower back, and I have a synovial cyst on the nerve bundle. Extremely painful, and I have pain every day, y'all. But I have learned how to do certain stretches and exercises to control that pain, and I try not to take medication if I don't have to. Hardnack says, I grow for an heirloom seed company. Tomatoes cross easily, peppers, watermelons, cucumbers, etc. Well, Hardnack, you need to come on up. Go throw some makeup on and clothes if you need to. I'll stay on here for a little while longer and we can get you up on panel. I would love to have you up here. If Mennonite Farmhouse is still in the house, she can come up, or any of you that wants to come up. Gail Southern Living says, I don't collect tomato seeds, too difficult. I will save some seeds, though, hoping for lots of home saved seeds, God willing. Shaz says, back pain is hell. I've dealt with it all my adult life and have multiple surgeries, so you have my deepest sympathy. Your people would leave. I look rough. Honey, I look rough every day. I'll come up in a heartbeat in my jammies. But I won't come up without makeup. Um, I've done a few videos where my makeup has just worn out, but I'd rather have the makeup on and look at least halfway presentable.
I'm
Hey,
going to look real rough. I'm coming up because I've been walking. So
hey, Jean, Yellow Shirt Dad, welcome in, and Sister Winnie, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. So, what's going on in your neck of the woods, Mr. Gene?
I was making some videos today and out and about trying to get some exercise. I really appreciate the shout out today. This channel's growing so fast.
It truly is, and I'm totally amazed.
Wow.
But God is going to use you in a mighty way. I do believe.
I know. Thank you.
My daughter got tickled because I was playing some of your videos the other day, and she goes, "He really is one of those telling them dad jokes, isn't he?" And I said, "Yes, honey, he's telling dad jokes."
Well, I know, and I want to get out to making long format videos, and I want to do that, but it's crazy. I'll keep doing it because hey, it's really good to get out here, and I'm getting a lot of good comments. Hey, I guess that's the way the Lord wanted me to roll, so that's why I'm rolling with it.
Yep. I want to say hello to Embark Nation. Welcome in. I think I missed you all ago. And I gave you a shout out as well, I think, my friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pain is really hard. Cricket says she'd had four strokes. So the pain was 24/7. You just learn to deal with it and appreciate what is going on good. Y'all, I had what they thought was a stroke years ago, and I lost use of my left side of my body. And I want to tell you, the body is in a miracle at healing itself. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn how to walk again and regain muscle strength and so forth and so on. So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on yourself. So, Jean, tell us a little bit about your channel.
Well, my channel is about places in Virginia. And, what I do when I randomly walk around is I do a lot of walking. And but now it's the joke of the day. So I've been telling those but yeah, I want to try magnet fishing. I've been doing a lot of stuff on my channel.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get down what people like to see, but I like to have fun. I'm out getting her out and around. So
I see that Littlefoot Ranch has made it into the house. Welcome in, my friend. And we gave you a shout out a little while ago. I get so excited with all my friends. I tell you what, I love watching y'all. And I really don't have a favorite channel. I love everybody. Yeah. Y'all will hear me talk about certain channels because I have built a friendship with them. Anybody that wants to email me can email me. You can drop friend mail into the mail if you want to send something to me. And if you send me something, I will send you back one of my channel stickers for sure. And you might get another surprise in the package. And Jean, we need to get you to do a PO box.
I've got my email address listed on my about page, and
but
I need a mailbox set up.
Yeah, get you a mailbox set up, and we'll get you a sticker out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You are so supportive of other channels, and I am just thrilled that you do this.
Thank you. I try to, and it's sometimes for long days, but I love doing this. I love supporting people, and I love watching videos. And hey, I'd love to give back as much as I'm receiving. So it's a big thank you.
Yeah. I say Smallholder Homestead has come in. Get you on my list. Thank you for coming in. Y'all, it's getting cloudy outside. We don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay on, but I'm going to try to stay on as long as I can, as long as people want to come up onto the panel. So what else is going on in your area?
In my area? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's real hot here. Gosh, it's like 85 out here now. And I think it's going to be a hot summer.
I think so too.
Yeah, something tells me it's going to get really hot this year. So that it's been real windy here. We've gotten real lucky with missing the bad weather, and we missed the snow, but that's gone now. We never had it. It's not going to be anymore.
Gail Southern Living is asking if you would like to have an interview on her channel.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing one tonight, and just go ahead and email me. I can set up a time. And it's my email address is out on my about page.
Yeah. Christy
Cool.
Christy Beth says she had another channel name under the same name, but had her phone hacked and just had to get a new phone and start all over again. That's sad. That happens all too often. So make sure them passwords are really strong and that people can't get into your phone. Gail, it's 50 degrees in Texas today. I don't know what the temperature is here. Let me see. I haven't been out in a while. I went out to let the chickens out and came back in a full sweat.
But yeah, I like that video when you had the chickens out. They were all happy.
Yeah, they're very happy. It's 81 degrees outside right now.
I think it's 85 here.
Yeah. And the humidity is 57%. That's why you walk out and you're just.
It's probably higher here because I did a video today and I had to get in the shade trees because it is very humid here. It's always like that here in Central Virginia.
Yeah, it's bad here in Tennessee too.
So why I always want to get back to living near the ocean. It's nice, that salt air.
AR Guns is in the house. Welcome in. And Double J Farms Homestead, welcome in. I hope everybody's smashing those thumbs up. I really and truly appreciate everybody that's come through. And I'm writing down names so I don't forget. And Double J, I think you're new here. You can drop the word Hillbilly in the chat and your link will pop up and people can connect with you.
Yeah,
We're all about connecting and growing channels.
I dropped my email for Gail. She said she didn't see it. I'll have to check it. It should be there, but.
Yeah, it's there. I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, she can copy and paste that. She should be able to. Gail is a wonderful person. You're going to really like Gail.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. She's got several channels and I can't keep up with all the channels.
I can't imagine doing two. I thought about it because I've worked in IT for so many years and I thought, I'll do another channel on laptops, computers, but I can't. I don't know. It's going to be too much.
Well, we know who to go to when we have computer problems now. You may have to do set up a playlist for IT. Mm-hmm. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that too because like I said, I got my watch hours, my playlist on that. People were asking, so I make it a little bit easier. Plus, it'll make it easier for me running it on other computers.
Jamie smashed and broke a nail. Bless your heart, Jamie. That's why I keep mine short. I did this when my third grandson was born because he was a preemie. And we had to be careful about germs and stuff. So I kept my nails real short. And I've kept them like that ever since. Mm. And I'm just reading in the chat, y'all.
Yeah, I was sneak a peek here.
Yeah, trying to keep up with everybody. We have had 44 people come through chat today. So I'm real excited about that.
Yeah.
Let me see what we got. My phone's showing 19 thumbs up, but I'm sure it's behind. So y'all make sure you're hitting those. Yeah, y'all hit those thumbs up for me. And make sure you're sharing us out. Let other people know about our channels. Yep. People that you become friends with, share out their videos because that's how we grow our channels. Mm-hmm. It's 37. Thank you. So that's not bad out of 44, 37 likes. 41. That's even better.
Yeah, I think, yep, it's 41.
Yeah. Wow. And thank you, Pete, for hanging out with me so long. I really, truly appreciate it.
Yeah, I was going to tell Scratch and Pete that chat runs so fast. It's like a rush when I'm sitting there typing.
Yeah, and you're trying to type to somebody, and you're like, where did their name go?
I have to scroll up.
I usually stop the chat. If you go on there and you hit that little black bar, you can stop the chat and you can pull their name.
Yep.
And then I'll do several at a time. You'll notice that when I'm on Tuber chat, I'll do several names at one time because there's just so many going through at the same time.
I need to start doing that because I'm still doing it individually. I'm like, no, I need to start doing it all in one.
Well, if I'm on my cell phone, I just type in their name because I can't do the @ sign and connect them.
Oh, the cell phone. I just type in their name. Yeah.
But I really and truly enjoy your channel. I love the dad jokes. I think that was a great gimmick. And I think that's why your channel's growing. So you need to keep doing those.
Yeah. Well, I have so much fun doing them, and it's crazy. And I start to laugh when I'm doing the video. Sometimes I have to stop it because I'm like,
I came across a joke today, and I said I need to send that to him, and I forgot where I saw it at, and I said, well, I'll have to go back. I think it was in my email. I'll have to go back and find it and send it to you so that you can use it on your channel.
Yeah, I have people sending me jokes now too. It's great. I'm like, awesome. This is great.
So my memory's not good enough to tell jokes.
Well, sometimes, where it is, sometimes I got to write them down, to go out.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just really you click with a lot of people. You're very friendly and personable, so that makes it really easy to love your channel.
Okay, yeah, I love being around people and talking. I can talk for hours probably.
So how many children do you have?
I have 2 children. One is going to be 18. The other one is 16. So another worrying. My son's getting ready to drive, and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh no.
Well, I'm giving him I have a 2000 Ford Ranger stick shift, so he'll be one of the few that learns how to drive a stick and do that. But yeah, I'm getting nervous. My daughter drives really well, so my son, I know he's going to be a good driver. But yeah, they're almost up and getting ready to. My daughter's going to college next year, and my son, I think he's got 2 more years in high school.
Wow. My kids are grown and have kids that are almost grown.
Yeah.
Christy said, has anybody noticed that Tractor Supply doesn't have any chicks for sale? Well, ours does, but they do not have a lot of chicks for sale. And Rural King does not have a lot of chicks for sale. Normally Rural King has usually got 20 varieties of chicks. I think they had 4 varieties, and that was it. It was crazy. And my husband and I were like, what? Oh, wow. Because they have culled so many chickens in our country over this so-called bird flu. The feed, we had the problem with the co-op feed. Tractor Supply was selling feed, and people were complaining that their chickens weren't laying right. And I got to looking at the feed bag at the percentages, because all of a sudden my turkeys and ducks were laying soft eggs. We knew we weren't getting but 5 to 10 eggs out of 50 hens, and that was not normal, even in the winter months, because our chickens lay year round. So I got to looking at the percentages and looking at what other people were saying, and we started working with mixing our own feed. And we are down from the 50 hens to about 38 or 39 right now, because we have a fox taking off with our flock.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
We got to get the backyard fenced in, and then my husband bought cattle fence, which they can still get through the fence. So I told him, I said, you're going to have to go around the whole outside of that fence with chicken wire or something where they can't get through. So anyway, we're still getting between 20 and 25 eggs a day out of the 38 hens, which is really good. And we are really excited about that. And our hens are looking so much healthier. And I think a lot of it was the hens were not looking healthy. They were saying it was bird flu, and it was not. Yeah. So we're going to change this screen up so everybody can get in here. Hello, Mark with Little Ridge Farm. Welcome in, my friend.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
How are you? Tell us about your channel.
Oh, geez, my channel. Where do we start, Kira? You don't know? Well, we were starting from scratch, building a tiny home and building our homestead and everything. And then moved in our tiny home. And unfortunately, we ended up losing it all in a fire in November 26th. So we're starting all over now.
Yeah, and I tried to get,
Yeah.
I tried to send you something on email because I was going to get you up here to talk about that and get people to help donate funds towards fixing whatever needs to be fixed and help you out any way we can, because we love our YouTube family, our YouTube community. You're definitely in our thoughts and prayers. And I know that doesn't mean much, but it does mean something. So if you want to come back another time and we just talk about that, we can do that. But you can go ahead and talk about it now. And I'm going to enlarge you if this
Yeah,
works.
go ahead and do that. I can drop out if you want. I got to go to the store anyways.
If you want to drop out, that's fine. I appreciate you
I'll let
coming
you
up,
know.
Gene.
Hey, good seeing you, Mark.
Hey, good seeing you too, Gene.
Yep.
And I can go back to this other layout. That way everybody can see you. Hello, Carlene Vassar. Welcome in. So go ahead, Mark, and tell us about what all happened.
Well, it just, I left the house one day and so many hours later, 3 or 4 hours later, I got a phone call that my house was on fire. And by the time I got home, it was about gone. There's a video on my channel, Our Tiny Home Journey, that shows us, it's a slideshow of building it, where we started building it and where we were living in a carport for 6 months. And once we got, to a certain point, then, there's slides of it just being gone, where the fire just took everything we owned. The only thing that was left was my barn, which was great because I had all my tools in it, so I couldn't rebuild. It's been rough. I've definitely got a lot of support from my YouTube community and family and stuff. They've all, been shouting it out, sharing out everything, for the GoFundMe, the PayPal, and the Cash App, and everything. Just trying to get us all the help we possibly can.
Right.
And those that donated to the GoFundMe, they did a fundraiser and stuff, and a lot of channels donated all kinds of different merch and stuff, and we did a nice giveaway for those that donated. So that was a pretty good turnout. There's still a long ways to go. It takes so much to regain everything to be able to get back to where you're going to be comfortable.
Right. Do you have a PayPal or some form?
Yeah, I have the GoFundMe on my about section, my PayPal, the Zelle, and a Cash App. So there's multiple ways to donate to help us out. I've had a lot of people, donate. We've gotten quite a bit, but we haven't gotten enough. I don't expect to ever get it all back. What I lost, and I'm fine with that. I just need to get a roof over our head that's warm and dry, and we'll be able to live that way. And the way that I'm going, because the money situation is just, we're going to get an RV and I'm going to tear the siding off it, the roof off it, and I'm taking the insulation out of it, and I'm going to insulate it better so it's warmer up here in New York. I got to make sure it's nice and warm for wintertime,
Absolutely. Hey, the Stock Explorers in the house. Welcome in. And I welcome up Hardnack Farms.
Hi.
And I have Chris over at Square County Homestead. Him and his wife are doing Little Ridge Farm shirts and selling them on their in their store. And if anybody wants to buy a shirt, it's $15. I think it's roughly $5 for shipping, and all the proceeds and stuff go towards us to help us rebuild. That's what they're doing for us. So that's amazing of them.
Well, I want to tell you one thing. I have lost everything in my life several times over, and every time God gives us more than we had before. Absolutely does. He provides everything. And I want you to take that with you, because I teared up when I saw the fire when I saw what happened. And I was like, Lord, thank God y'all weren't home. That's all I can say. Thank God you weren't home.
Yeah, I
God
mean,
protected you in that.
in a lot of ways, I wish I was home because I just left there and I didn't smell nothing out of the ordinary. My brother's got a nose of a hound dog, so, and he didn't smell nothing either. And he just left about 15 minutes before I did. And it wasn't 3-4 hours later and the place was gone. I'm glad I didn't have any pets inside. I'm glad that neither one of us got hurt, even if we were there. It just, I mean, it's devastating. And if anybody goes to watch that slideshow, our tiny home journey, make sure you have tissues if you got a soft heart, because you'll need them at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will I'll get with you. I tried to send you several emails and it kept rejecting it. So I don't know if I was typing it wrong, or I even copied and pasted and it still did it. So I don't know if there's something wrong with that, but you can go to my about page or under any of my videos and my emails there, and you can email me. We can set up a time and you can come up and we can do whatever we need to do to help you along again. But y'all go to his page, and if you can send him $5, $10, whatever you send, it's going to help him get the supplies they need to rebuild and to get everything that they need. Welcome in, relax, and enjoy by Vanessa.
Yeah, and if anybody does Cash App or PayPal, that's the best way to do it because they don't take a chunk out of it like GoFundMe does and whatnot. But there are different ways in doing it. There's the Zelle as well. And my email is Wilson's Little Ridge Farm, so at Gmail. It's on my About page. I actually typed it in there so those that were on a cell phone could have access to it. And plus, if you're on a laptop or something, you just click on email and it should take you right to it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, and we're going to continue to pray for you and your beautiful little girl.
You want to come over here and show everybody your pretty face? Come on.
He's like, no, Dad, no.
Yeah. We'll just do it.
Don't be shy. Oh, she's hiding. You don't have to hide.
Yeah, which is funny because she likes being on camera. I don't know. She's just, she's playing on her iPad and stuff. So she's like, nope, I don't want no part of it, Dad. I mean, we even just did a pop-up live here just a little bit ago and took a little walk up through the property and showed where our tiny home burnt down, and what our next step is going to be is pretty much just trying to get everything cleaned up so I can start over,
Yeah. Well, we're definitely behind you, my friend. I want you to know that. We're going to try to I'm going to talk to my husband tonight. We're going to try to get you some money from the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch on that also. And Hardnack Farms, what is your first name?
Wendy.
Wendy. Welcome in, Wendy.
Thank you.
Hi, Wendy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Would you like to tell me a little bit about your channel?
Okay, so we went through a fire in 2014, and then we had a scare Friday again. So we were gathered up our animals and ready to evacuate again. And while I was in this live stream, my friend had sent me a message letting me know they lost everything.
Oh my goodness.
I think she said the only thing that she has left is some grapes, but she lost her bakery, her greenhouses, their entire home. And then my mother-in-law was here because they didn't have electricity. So I think, from what I understand, over 87 homes were burned.
Oh my goodness.
Several businesses. So
what was the name of the channel?
Well, my friend doesn't have a channel.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay.
No, but a channel that I'm friends with had offered to send some help. And so I let her know, and she just now was getting back with me on that. So we're restoring our farm from a wildfire in 2014, and it takes years to restore the ecosystem and to regain the crops. Some crops like pecans and fruit trees take several years to replant, to produce again. And so I'm going to be 55 pretty soon. It's like I didn't want to go through another fire, and I felt kind of guilty. I did a video as the fire was burning people's places. I thank God for not letting it come to us again. Then I also felt guilty and asked God to please be with them, because it's hard to start over. It is so hard.
That's the way I feel about the tornadoes that came through, because literally the tornadoes this last two rounds went north and south of us by the grace of God, but there was so much death and destruction from these tornadoes. And my heart just goes out to those communities because of the loss and those families that lost everything, lost loved ones, and there's only so much we can do, individually. But when we collectively give to another person that is in need, that's when God really blesses the situation, and he will turn that situation around because it's our heart that is giving,
Yeah.
And I feel for anybody that goes through a fire or tornado, earthquake. They call it empathic.
Yeah.
I'm very empathic about other people's, and I can tell when somebody is telling me the truth and when they're lying to me. And, it's just really weird. That's called discernment. But, God gives you certain things to help other people. And, I'm a platform that loves people. So when you come to me and you say, I need help, you're immediately put on my prayer list.
Asking
And
for
then,
help is hard to do. I mean, it was hard for me to even put the video out there about it and everything, and just asking for it. I didn't know what else to do. If it wasn't for this little girl right here, I could live in a shed.
yeah,
But because of her, she's got to have more than I do. Because I don't need CPS coming in on me and taking her away and everything else. So
exactly.
so I have to do what I got to for her. I mean, her and I, we started out in an apartment, and I just got tired of paying rent and not having no money, and then we moved into a carport, and then we started from there. And that's what we did. I froze plenty of nights, through that 6 months, but we did what we had to do, and I would do it again. Just now it's like I have her more now than I did before, so she needs a little bit more. Thank my brother, he let me use his RV for the time being, but I mean, I thank everybody, for whether it's their prayers, putting the word out, anything, I mean, always help somebody in need, that's what I've always said, it's always much love, um, I live on like $1,200 a month, because I've had kidney stone issues and back issues and everything. I've had neck surgery, shoulder surgery, and all that. So I haven't been able to work like I used to. And, even though I only live on $1,200 a month, me and my daughter still put care packages together every winter to give to the homeless. And that's out of my pocket. None of it's donated or nothing. It's just my way of teaching her how to give.
Right. And I want to say something about that because it is the people that are poorest that have the biggest hearts for others.
Yeah.
I say that in a good way because God gives you everything that you need. You may not have everything you want, but you have everything you need. And when you give to others, you're doing his work. And he will use people that are not Christian to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But when a Christian gives out of their heart and out of their lack, he's going to bless you abundantly because of that. And I've seen it over and over again.
Yeah, it
Christy,
was like maybe
Christy,
a week and a half ago or so, something like that. I went down and got a chicken sandwich from Burger King, and I was like, I'm gonna have, because I just wanted it. Even though I eat healthy as much as possible, but every now and then you get those cravings, and it's like, okay, you gotta have it. And
right.
I left there, and I pulled up to the light, and there was a homeless guy there, and he says, I'm hungry. I gave him my sandwich, and I went home and made tuna fish. I mean, that's just the type of person I am. I'd get my shirt off my back to anybody until they screw me over.
Right. And my husband and I have done the same thing. We have gone in restaurants, and if there's somebody that we know is homeless sitting there, we had a guy sitting inside a Crystal just to get warm because it was so cold out. And I went over and I asked him, I said, would you like some coffee and something to eat? And he says, well, you can just get me a cup of coffee. We got him a meal. And then we took him down you had to pay $5 to spend a night in one of the flop houses that they have set up in the city. We got him in our vehicle and drove him down there, paid the $5. So we didn't give it to him, but we paid the $5 so that he would have a place to sleep and a meal. They would feed him dinner and breakfast, so at least he would get that. And prayed for him. And the guy teared up while we were praying for him. He teared up when we gave him the food. He says, "Nobody even notices me." And our church does room at the inn where there are men that have been imprisoned or have family obligations, and they will pay the family obligations and be homeless in order that their kids have food on the table and a roof over their head.
Yeah, I
We
see where
help
Christy
them.
Betts was saying got an appointment now for an ultrasound for kidney stones. I got one coming up in May myself. To narrow it down, I've had 7 kidney stone surgeries in 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
It's been about 2.5 years now. So I've changed my diet like 3 times. So now it's like I got to watch my oxalate intakes. So I really have to watch what I eat, and I can't have more than 50 milligrams of oxalates a day put in my body. So I've really got to watch every little thing, and I have to stay away from red meat. I have to stay away from bacon, which is horrible. But it's what I got to do because I don't want to go through that kidney stone surgeries no more. I mean, like I said, I've had 7 of them. I had my C6, C7 disc taken out of my neck. I had shoulder surgery, and now I'm working on my back now with bone spurs and assist and everything in there. So, I mean, it's been a nightmare on top of everything else, and then the house, so, but I'm still moving forward, and I still, try to help everybody as best I can anyway.
Yeah. You're talking to somebody that's been homeless twice. I've been homeless with small children. And God provided everything. We lived in this house when we first moved here. We had no heat or air. And we went through the first winter with nothing but a little shop heater, and it's still hanging in my living room. My husband refuses to take it down. That was the only heat we had in the house. And we managed to get by and I had neuropathy in both my legs. So I would get cold real easy, and I don't do cold or heat real good anyway. So, but God provided everything we needed. And then we were able to get a brand new heat and air unit put in. And thank God we have heat in the winter and cool air in the summer. I thank God for that. But we rented for years, and it was horrific because the landlords didn't want to fix anything, and you had to live a lot of times in very bad neighborhoods just to afford a place to live in. And now we have our own home. God provided that. He provided the means to that. So don't give up. That's my biggest thing I want to tell you is don't ever give up, because God will see you through. He absolutely will. He provides everything.
I mean, I got a big support group out there when it comes to the YouTube community. I mean, so many of them are, pushing and fighting and trying to help us out the best they can. I mean, like Kevin over at Tuber Chat, if anybody knows him, I mean, he's always talking about how I just keep moving forward, and I still keep helping everybody no matter what I've been through. And that's just the way I was built, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we've all got our stories. That's the thing. And, somebody else is going to learn from our stories and what we've been through. And that is a tremendous support to somebody that might be going through this very thing at this very moment, is to know, yes, there are still people in the world that care.
Yeah. I mean, last summer, I did me and a few other people, a few other channels did a fundraiser trying to help raise money for helping somebody else, and then this time around, it was like I needed it, and it was hard. It was really hard for me to ask for help because it's something I've never thought I'd have to do. I always enjoy helping everybody else. I don't enjoy people helping me.
Yeah. And Wendy's been going through it since 2014. I see you got bare walls back there.
Oh, well, we did not lose our home. I prayed as we were being evacuated, and the fire was coming, and the fire department was sitting on the front part of our farm, and the fire just bifurcated and went around all of our homes. And he was just like in awe because the firewall was coming. It was over over 100 foot because we had all those cedars. And I've done tons of videos showing the back of the farm and stuff, but it kind of went around our home and it caught our building on fire. We lost crops and stuff, and it takes years to start over on that, but we were very lucky we didn't lose our home in that. And so I believe in the power of prayer, and I know God's blessed us. Now my husband and I are building a home on the farm. We put in a greenhouse and just things to, for retiring, so that's what we've been doing. So we've been in the process of trying to get this home built now. We're going into year 3. So, yeah. It's a struggle.
I sometimes he puts us through the struggle so that we'll come out on the other side stronger.
Yeah.
I really and truly believe that also, because like I said, I've been homeless twice in my lifetime. And I know that God was with me the entire time. I could feel his presence. The first time my oldest daughter was 2.5 years old, and I was very much pregnant with my second daughter, living in a campground. And I would get my oldest daughter dressed, and we were living in a tent. And she would run out of the tent, strip her clothes off. We called her running bare bottoms. And I had my second daughter and had to lie to the hospital to even bring her home because we were in a tent at the time. And thankfully, my in-laws opened up their basement area, which was already finished, and allowed us to stay there because they would have taken my kids away. The second time, my oldest daughter was in school, and we were in the campground, and it was late November. And this was with my first husband, who was a deadbeat dad and abusive. And I went to the school came to me, and I went to social services and got us into a motel room waiting on an apartment in another town. And he came home and he was extremely mad at me because I did that. But I was fixing to lose my children, and I wasn't going to lose my kids. So we all have stories, and y'all don't be afraid to share those stories, because when you share them, other people learn.
Exactly.
Situation.
I mean, it's like, like I said, I mean, if anybody wants to help, they can even just order a shirt, and then they get that, and the proceeds go to us to help us out. Nora, the Stock Explorer, she ordered one of our shirts just the other day, so she should be receiving hers in a few days. And, I mean, they're great little shirts. I don't have mine right offhand. Want to get your shirt?
Christy Bates is leaving. She's lost her signal. She's in a tornado watch, so y'all be praying for Christy. Thank you for coming in, Christy, and stay safe, my friend.
Psalms 35, Christy.
Absolutely. Psalms 91.
And 91, yes.
Absolutely.
Pray against that weather that's attacking. So on the seed thing, I was able to start growing for a seed company probably about 8 years ago. No, maybe not that long, but I've learned so much through them on how to preserve seeds and how to keep the varieties pure and just how the seeds are going now. One of the things I've learned, some varieties have gone extinct. And some things are like very low supply, and this is globally. So this is why we're having the food shortages. A lot of it's weather. A lot of it is kind of planned. Sorry, it's the truth.
It is planned. I'll come out and say it. It's planned.
Yes.
Very nice shirt.
Yeah.
Very nice. Y'all go order his shirts.
And
go to Square County Homestead, and he'll have them in his about section and everything of how you go to his store and whatnot. There's a video out there. It was like 4 or 5 videos ago he did explaining how to go about it.
What was the name of that channel?
Square County Homestead. I can actually drop his link here.
Okay. Well, you may not be able to drop it because you're not.
That's it. I'm not a mod.
One of the moderators can drop it. Square County Homestead.
Yeah, I'm used to being mods on most channels.
Well, I can put you on. I don't have problems
Well,
with putting people on.
a lot of them did it because it was easier for me to drop links and everything like that. So, to help us out and everything. That way I was able to drop the GoFundMe link, PayPal links, and so on and so forth. But I mean, everything's in my about section if anybody wants to do that. I mean,
You're a moderator. You're
there's
now a moderator.
there's little videos, on my channel, slideshow and stuff, explaining how to do the shirt thing too as well. But the Square County Homestead, you go into their about section, you can click on their store and just go right to it, and you'll find the Little Ridge Farm shirt. And it's only the light colors, like the white, the light blue, or whatever, because it comes with the black lettering on it.
Okay.
So
Well, you can drop the link. You can now drop the link.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you can now drop it. And we're talking about seed saving with Wendy. So you've probably got a pretty good seed bank going on now. That's great.
We do. It's really important to make sure you preserve your seeds. I had been sent by the old curator some old seeds, and even through very drastic means, still were not able to get them germinated.
Oh, wow.
I have one seed left out of a variety, and I'm the only one on the planet that has this seed. And I'm praying to God this one seed grows so that I can perpetuate more seeds. And
have you tried using aloe? The plant aloe with the seed, because that helps them to germinate. I found that out through another channel.
Wow.
Didn't know it. So try that and see. You just rub it on there.
I haven't tried that. I for this variety, they wanted me to try the gibberellic acid. So that's what I had done. So I'm praying that this one variety comes up.
And you can place the seed on a paper towel and put it in a bag with just a moist paper towel. And sometimes they'll germinate that way.
So that's one variety. There's one variety of watermelon that I'm growing this season that's extinct in its country of Cyprus. And so they're really dependent on me to grow a lot this season. So I'm like praying over everything. There are major food shortages. I mean, totally all over the planet. So it's like crucial people learn how to save the seeds properly to where they don't cross-pollinate. Also, heirlooms. You can't, I know people do this all the time, but when you get stuff out of the grocery store, that's commercial varieties, and a lot of that's GMO.
Right.
It's hybrid, so you're never going to get the true seed. So I try to tell people, don't do that. There's plenty of us out here saving seeds. You can get blossom bags to save seeds on tomatoes and peppers and things like that. But from my understanding, beans don't cross-pollinate with other beans.
The cream peas do.
They can be grown together. Now, if it's a pole bean and a bush bean, they will cross.
Yeah.
If you grow bush beans together, they will not cross. If you grow pole beans together, they will cross with the bush. How am I saying that? Okay.
Yeah,
pole
if you
beans,
grow the
yeah.
pole and the bush bean together will cross.
Yeah.
I know the cream peas, lady cream peas, are really bad about crossing, so you have to be careful with them.
Yeah.
I found that out from a friend of mine, Mr. Williams. One of my early videos, I talk about Mr. Williams' green bean seed. Mm-hmm. And his seed were 75 years. He'd been saving the seeds from these green beans that him and his wife got as a wedding gift.
Oh, wow.
And he was in his 90s when
wow.
up on a ladder, and these pole beans were over 12 feet in the air, and he's up on a ladder picking these green beans.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I have those seeds, and I have saved them because I know they're heirloom, and I don't even know what variety they are. I just put down there Mr. Williams green beans because that's what I knew them as.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So they tell me what to do, how they want it grown and stuff, because they want to keep it pure so that they can sell. So I go by what they have shared with me, and that's why I've learned so much. And then I share that with others to help so that people that are growing these varieties can actually save the seeds and keep the variety pure, and that way they can share with other people. Or it saves so much money, because I don't know if y'all noticed how much the seeds have gone up too.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yeah. And when you add all the other stuff that's extremely high right now, a lot of people can't afford it. So then there's, you know, what else was I going to say? You need to grow medicinal herbs, any medicinal herbs that you can, and learn how to forage the wild herbs.
Yeah, and I actually
Wow,
came across a
medicinal.
great book at a thrift store the other day, and it has very
Yes.
good pictures, and it covers every growing zone in the United States and other countries, so you can find. And it was just a great find. And
Nice.
I'm looking forward to being able to go through that book and being able to identify and forage more on our property. Now we live in an area where we have farm fields all the way around us. So there's just no way we're not going to be able to make sure it's 100% organic anymore. We're going to get the winds with the sprays and all that mess.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. And it's just, when you live out in the country, that's what you get. Unfortunately. But we're trying to keep the ground and the plants as pure as we possibly can. So that was one of the issues. And I talk to the farmer all the time. I'm like, what are you spraying over here? I want to know, because I have animals outside and I don't want them getting contaminated either. So we're
If
really,
they overspray on your property, they're liable for that.
yeah. Well, they know that. And the farmer's pretty decent guy. So he knows when he's spraying to try to do it on a day that's not windy, to kind of keep it down and so forth. So he's pretty good about that. But we had one of the sharecropper planes fly over, and they were buzzing our house, and we live in a mobile home, and my whole house was shaking. And I called the neighbor down the road. I said, you got somebody flying today? He said, no, because we have an airstrip right down the road that he flies his little plane out of.
Oh.
And so whoever it was practicing for crop dusting, but they were practicing right over my home. And I couldn't get, if I had thought about it, I would have got a good picture of it, because it was right outside in my kitchen window. We have a little shed my husband built. He was 6 feet above that little shed. That's how close he was to my house.
Ooh.
And that little building is about 10 feet from my house out. And I could have gotten a great picture of it, the call numbers on the plane, and reported him. So the next time he does it, he will be reported. And I told my husband, I said, they are not supposed to fly over residents, period.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
It's
we're
really
always praying about situations, And we live right behind a state park, so we have all the wildlife that's protected. So we have coyotes and wolves, coyotes and fox. We have bald eagles, all the birds of prey, and the reptiles, the snakes. We're all protected. And so we're constantly out in our yard, having to fend off some critter that's trying to get our flock.
So a friend of mine, so we have a mountain lion that comes through here and wipes out quite a bit when it travels through. And sometimes there's two of them. And they said to bury that real small hardware cloth down underneath your coop, and then down the sides, and then also out. Bury it.
Yeah, we have hardware. We have hardware all around our coops. And we also have the cougars and the black panthers here.
Oh.
We've seen them on our road. Thankfully, they have never attacked any of our flock, thank God. But we had something taken off with our ducks last year. So we can't let our ducks out unless we're out there with them, because they're totally defenseless. A lot of fun stuff.
I know. There's always something, but like today the skies are clear, but yesterday they were spraying like crazy in that wind, and we had the fire watch again yesterday. We were under the extreme, the highest for fire danger, and I tell you what, I was on pins and needles all day. Once you go through something like that, you get that PTSD.
Oh yeah.
You just completely lose it. I was shaking so bad. My son was like, "Mom, it's going to be okay." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I haven't rebuilt everything. I still haven't, I haven't replaced all my cherry trees. I haven't done this. And we still haven't replaced all of our raspberries. And it's just been interesting. The weather in the last, I'd say 5 years has been pretty, I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
not normal.
Last year with the droughts, and I mean, we finally had stuff growing in our yard that the chickens didn't get to because my husband finally got out there and put cages over all our raised beds, and they were dying from the drought. And if it wasn't the drought, it was the squash bugs attacking everything. So we're just uh, having a hard time. Littlefoot Ranch, their electric went out for a little bit, but she's back now. Thank God for that. And y'all stay
Oh my
safe out
gosh.
there. I'm telling you, if you're under a tornado warning, y'all please get in your safe spot. Please.
Yeah, don't chance it. Don't.
Do-
Yeah.
Here's something else. I worked disaster services years ago. So I worked the murder bombing in Oklahoma City, and then was the liaison for Bridge Creek in Newcastle in the May 3rd tornado, the largest tornado ever,
Right.
to do damage. And the things that you couldn't find in the stores, because that was back when I was married before. I'm remarried now, and we had just moved back from Georgia. So the kids and I were in a 2-bedroom apartment. All of our stuff was in storage, and so the tornado had went through and missed the apartment, missed the storage, but it did a lot of damage, and so I had to help people. But I also had everything in storage, and I didn't have the normal stuff in that apartment. I didn't have batteries, flashlights, necessities. And for several miles, you could not get any emergency supplies because the devastation was so bad. So if you have a storm room or an underground shelter, you want to have in there. I know it sounds extreme, but when everything gets blown away, there's nothing left. Everything around that's available will get wiped out really quick if you're not fast enough to get there. So you want tools, shovels, first aid, water,
Food, water,
yeah, emergency
blanket.
supplies, blankets, any you want to make sure you have good shoes because there'll be debris around, and a lot of the injuries were in the cleanup process. You want to
Yeah.
make sure you get your pets in there.
Right.
I take all my pets with me.
Well, hey, thanks for having me up here. I got to jump off. My phone's blowing up from everybody. So,
Thank you for
Okay,
coming up,
nice to
Mark,
meet
and
you.
get with me, and
I will.
we'll bring you up again.
All righty.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And thanks everybody in
God
chat.
bless.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy, I don't have a storm shelter here yet. We bought 2 storage containers. We bought them used, and the idea was we were going to turn one into an above ground storm shelter. Well, it never happened. My husband filled it up. So we're looking into it now, and we're being prayerful about being able to get one above ground because I can't climb those
Right.
steps going down underground. And that would mean we'd have to bring in gravel, rock, and then dirt and make a mound to
Right.
protect us. So that is the issue. And we do have 3 animals in the house that we would have to take with us. And we'd have to put it where I could get to it quickly because I'm disabled. I walk with a cane. I can't run. If y'all ever see me running, you better be running too. I tell people that all the time. They think I'm joking. But definitely, if you don't have a storm shelter of some sort, get to a safe place. Thankfully,
Right.
we're just about a half a mile to a mile away from a place that we can go in the state park that is designated as a storm shelter. So, I mean,
Did
if
they
we,
let you take your pets with you too?
yes, you can take
That's
your pets
awesome.
with you. Yeah. As long
Because
as
a lot
they're,
of people will not go into those storm shelters because some places don't allow pets.
they will allow them in as long as they're harnessed or contained. Because,
Okay.
we have one that's a biter. We'd have to put her in a kennel because
Right.
she's a biter. And she pees. See, she gets excited. She pees. She was abused, so we have her
Oh.
that we have to deal with. The cat we have a harness that he can walk in now, which is really neat. It looks like a little bag that goes over him. You poke his head out.
Oh, how cute.
His head and his feet are out, so he can walk. He hasn't gotten used to it yet, but we'll get him there. And the oldest of our dogs is a Jack Russell Terrier, and he will show his teeth to everybody, but he won't bite nobody.
Aww.
But they are very much taken care of. I
Oh.
don't think I could take my chickens with me, though. I think they'd have to weather it out. The turkeys and ducks, we may lose our flock because of it, but we're prayerful about it. And we think that the mounds on the property, it's Pinson Mound State Park. Y'all can look it up. It's really neat. It has the second tallest Indian mound in the United States. We think the mounds are the reason that the tornadoes skirt our, go around us. We're not sure, but that's what we think. Thank you, Nora. I appreciate that.
Some of the people around here are building those where they can just walk into them and they'll do like the cement or the ICF and then they'll bury it and then they'll have the door where it opens on the inside so you're not trapped.
Right.
And they make them big enough for your pets as well.
Right. Well, see, we have 3 small pets, and it just, I don't want to lose any animals. That would kill me, I think, inside.
I know.
Because they become your babies.
Me. That's the first thing I grab is the animals,
Yeah.
They're going first.
I'm like, come on.
So here's something that I've learned over the years because weather's so unpredictable. So when you do get a storm shelter where you can just walk into, you can have your crates. I had pet rabbits, and so I put them in there ahead of time. That way they're already in there, and that way they're ready to go, have their food and water and all that, everything that they need. And then the last thing I take is my cat because she gets upset. And then our dog had passed away around Christmas, and so we don't have her anymore. But then I take the chickens too. I put them in ahead of time. That way because I just got chicks recently, so
Right.
I just take it all. Now we have wild turkeys on the property, and I can't catch them. I probably would, knowing me.
Right.
Taking everything in. I'm a softie. But that's just some ideas. So if you get to that point, you can already have some crates set up for them and have all their stuff in there
And some toys and stuff because mine like to play.
Yeah.
I was trying to Little Ridge Farms. I was trying to put Square Country Home on my watch list so I could go friend them, and my phone was acting up. It wouldn't take it for some reason. So I'm going back up here to look, make sure I got it in there right.
It's hard to sometimes pull stuff up. Sometimes you can't even get to it. You'll type it in and then you'll never find it.
Exactly. And if I get off here and I don't write it down, I forget about it. So I'm just,
I can write it down, but if I don't have a link and I try to search it, if it's not one that YouTube wants everybody to see, you're not going to find it.
Well, I'm just going to have to write it down and do it on my computer later because it's just not letting me. I can pull the page up. I've got the page pulled up. But when I go to click on the video to save later, it's not letting me do it.
Oh.
It's a YouTube thing. I'm telling you.
I know. Well, I'm a moderator for many channels, and I've been moderating for these people for probably 3 or 4 years. And I used to could drop links and pull them up and just come in and out. Now I can't. It won't let me on anybody's channel. I cannot drop links, and it's like weird. Then my
Yeah.
watch hours are stuck. Like they haven't moved. They're the same. I screenshot my watch hours, and they're still the same as they were. They're not going up or down. They're just stuck. And
You might
I
want
have
to cut.
channels that have offered to run my playlist, but we're not moving. And so I don't know what the problem is.
You might want to contact YouTube and just ask them, why have my watch hours stopped? Is there a
Yeah.
glitch? Just put it that way.
Probably
Is there a glitch? Say, I'm getting new friends, but I'm not getting the watch time from these new friends.
How do you get a hold of YouTube? Because somebody said Twitter, but I couldn't.
You can actually go into the studio and contact them through the studio.
I
somewhere
tried that,
on-
but you get that AI or otter.
Yeah, you're going to get an automated, but somebody eventually looks at it, I'm sure. But I don't know how else to contact them. But that would be the way that I did it, is I just went through the studio.
Probably 10 times or more, and I'm not getting anywhere. It's like, what the heck?
Thank you, Little Ridge Farm. I'll check my email after this is over with. I appreciate you doing that. And I appreciate you for coming up and telling us everything that has happened. Hey, Kathy Payne. I'm so glad that you're here. We did shout you out earlier. Yeah, you're probably going to get some buffering on my end because we have storms in the area. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on here. Y'all know if I fall off that the storms are in the area.
Right. We could lose electricity because of the power, or the winds. We lose electricity off and on all the time. I would love to go off grid.
I would too. When we first moved here, we toyed with the idea of having solar panels put on our property by the energy company, and we would had to have paid out $5,000 up front out of our pocket to do it, and then our electricity would be free, and then they would be buying back all the excess.
I don't trust that. I don't trust it.
Well, we toyed with it.
Produce.
Yeah, well, we toyed with that, and we really didn't have enough space for them to do it. They would only be able to put 1 or 2 panels up. It's not like we have acres and acres of land. We're on a 1.5 acre lot. But we have also toyed with buying the small panels and starting, which we have done solar lights for the chicken coop. And we have a couple of solar battery operated things that we can use around the house. Like if I need my cell phone charged, we have one that is solar operated. And we have the weather radio, which is solar operated. And we have a solar operated flashlight, but we haven't gotten into the bigger items yet.
Right.
So those are on our wish list.
And we just wished it took. So there's somebody that's here that's off grid, and the power company wants to tap in and buy. And he said, "Oh no, He goes, "How am I going to know how much I produce that you're taking, and how much are you going to pay me for it?" And he didn't trust them. I
Right.
didn't trust them either.
Yeah, well, the power company that we have is the community owns it. So if you're getting power for them, you own part of that company.
It's like a co-op.
Yeah, it's like a co-op.
Okay. We don't have that here. I don't trust
Our utilities are actually very, very cheap.
Nice.
Our electric bill is. And then we actually get our propane through Jackson, Tennessee, their energy authority, because it's cheaper to go through them than it was to go through individually owned propane company. So we get our propane through them and our electric through another county's electric company. We're right on the line, so we're able to do that, which is really interesting. Of course, we have well water here. The only thing I don't like is that our well water is set up on an electric system, and we've got to get a backup for that, which would be solar. That would be the way to go. So that's another thing on our
Right.
list that we need to do. And we are on an artesian well, which is really great water.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a well is the way to go. I mean, I know I had to live in the city for a while after my divorce, and I lived in Moore, Oklahoma, so that my youngest could go to the school there because they had a deaf program. My youngest lost her hearing at 18 months, and so chose that. I hated it. Oh my goodness, tornadoes right and left. Just 2 houses down, the house got hit. I was like, I can't handle this. We had to evacuate one time. There were 2 tornadoes behind us. So I started to go down Choctaw Road. There was a tornado that hit the Love Station on 44, and I turned around went the other way. And then a tornado hit Thunderbird Lake and the marina. And I was like, I just pulled up in somebody's yard and I said, I have kids, rabbits, cats. Can we shelter? And they let us in, and they were like, come on in. And
Well, God bless them.
I know. I know. They were just like, oh, we would do it in a heartbeat, you know. And I'm terrified of tornadoes.
Yeah, Kathy Paena, she's over in Hawaii. She says 12 panels equals $12,000. Then one company said they would only buy back 60%. Well, see, that's just crazy. You know,
It is. They cheat you.
Yeah. Well, that's, anytime you get into big corporations, that's what they do.
It's all about their bottom line is they're making
Yeah.
money. They don't care about you.
Exactly. We're just
Yeah.
little peons on the ladder.
Yeah. I got a small solar kit for the geothermal greenhouse, and it's not enough. And I didn't know enough about it, but to use the off-grid systems, it's a little bit more money, but you're in control of your power, and then you won't lose it.
Right. Well, my backup light and heat source is going to be the kerosene lamps, the oil lamps, and
Yeah.
we're using the clean oil now. I still got kerosene and 2 lamps, but I went and bought 2 gallons, and we
Okay.
have like 24 or 26 oil lamps in our house.
Nice.
Yeah, because I pick them up every time I see them in a thrift store.
Yes.
$5 and less, I pick them up.
Yes.
And it's going to be a great bartering item down the road if we need to barter.
Exactly.
So we're always,
I so agree. I love thrift stores, garage sales, farm auctions, anything we can go to, we try to go to. I've got a ton of books from thrift stores.
oh yeah.
I picked up books for a quarter that most people would just love to have. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't pay a quarter. I usually pay between $1.50 and $3 because that's what our thrift stores charge here. But occasionally I'll get them for $1 a piece at one of them out of town. And I love,
Right.
and my husband's like, why are you bringing on more books? I said, because we may
they're
need
necessary.
this information.
Yeah.
No,
don't.
I've got first aid books, doctor's manuals, medication manuals, everything to do with gardening. I've got, anything that's outdoor gardening. Of course, my husband has a lot of skills. My son-in-laws or my son-in-loves both have skills that we can utilize. I sew, I crochet.
Neat.
So, I mean, we've got skill sets. So we think about those as bartering tools when, if we have to barter with somebody and they might need something done and my husband or son-in-laws can do the work, in trade for what we need, then we're going to do that. I don't trust the banks at all, but we went with a credit union and they're still backed by, they're still backed. We did just take out a loan against our own money so that we could buy a vehicle and paying it back. And let me tell you, y'all, the interest rate, if we borrowed against the vehicle, would have been 6 to 9% interest. And we probably would have been topping out at the 9% because of our credit history. But doing it through our savings account, through the credit union, we're earning, the money's locked in. We can't touch it because we've taken a loan out against it, but it's still earning 1% interest on it during that whole time. We're paying 2.1% interest on the loan, which means we're only paying 1.1% interest over the period of time. And we were able to buy a used vehicle to replace the one that's on its last leg. Our truck was almost at 400,000 miles, and we spent a lot of money on it over the last year to keep it running until we could get the money together to purchase a vehicle. And if your credit's bad, this is the way to go. Get the money into a savings account and borrow against your own money. Don't take out a loan. Don't let the creditors have the money.
Right.
And every bank is different. You know, some banks may charge you 5%. Who knows what they're going to charge? But that's what we're doing now. And I had tried to convince my husband of this beforehand, and he wouldn't do it. Now he's doing it, and he's seeing, you know, I told him, I said, you're not using your money in a wise way. You need to make that money work for you instead of you spending it and not having anything at the end of it. Kathy Piana, she said her washer bit the dust yesterday. These new washing machines, y'all.
Yeah.
We were going through a new washing machine every 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the machine that we had back there, we just replaced it over the weekend. We were spending $500 or $600 and up to replace our machine every 3 years because it would play out. The warranty had gone, you know, even the extended warranty. The last machine we had was an Amana. It was still under warranty. We couldn't get them to come out and fix the machine. And I'd have to toy with it every time I used it to get it to run properly. And then it would take 2 hours to wash a load of clothes.
Oh my
Ridiculous amount of time.
Right.
We went and spent the money while we have money and bought a high-end USA made machine. It's a Speed Queen. The top doesn't lock. It's the only machine in the United States that the top does not lock. So if you forget to put something in there, you can go open it up, throw it in, and it's clean. It's got an extra wash cycle on it for extra dirty clothes. And we paid, with tax and everything, we paid $1,350.
Nice.
And it's got a 20-year lifespan warranty on it.
Nice.
It's a commercial grade machine, which means I can do heavy duty loads in it. And I'm going to be happy, happy, happy. If anything breaks down, I call their number. They come out and fix it.
That is so nice. Yeah, things don't last anymore. I'm using a mixer. I've been through I don't know how many blenders or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm using one that's so old, I got to look up the date on it. It has the old plug-in.
Yeah.
And I can't remember where I got it, if it was a thrift store or a farm sale or something, but there's a tag on it. This is $5. And I'm like, best $5 I spent, if I even spent that, you know. But it works. It works better, and it outdoes all the new stuff that breaks within, gosh, a year. Appliances
Right.
are cheap from China.
Exactly. I have been fortunate with most of my appliances, you know, but the major appliances is where the problem is. They don't last.
Right.
Now, our refrigerator that we're using now, the doors are about to fall off. We've got the shelves on the door. They're actually taped. The shelves are breaking. The ice maker quit a long time ago. It's 20 years old. We were surprised it lasted that long. My husband switched sides on the door. Now it closes. The gasket was going bad on one side, so he switched the door around and now it works. People don't realize that.
Try to find if you can find the vintage stuff, it lasts.
Right.
Finding it, most people want the new stuff, and the vintage is more the way to go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, our dishwasher, I have no idea how old it is. It was used. My husband actually went to a friend's house. They were putting in a new dishwasher, and she just asked him, nonchalantly, would you like to take this dishwasher home? There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted a new dishwasher. Well, yeah, we take it.
Heck yeah.
It didn't leak. We plugged it in, checked it out. It didn't leak. So the only thing wrong with it was they cut the wires too short when they took it out, and he had to rewire it. Thankfully, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that's a good skill.
And I did a video on us replacing the spray arm on the top shelf because the spray arm was going bad. And I did a video on that. And if we decide to replace it, we'll probably either donate it or sell it, really cheap to somebody else. Because it's got a few little bugs and stuff that it needs new racks in it and stuff like that, but it works. Yeah. And I told him, I said, why replace something that works? I'm old school like that. I
am too. I won't get a new phone until it's like dead. And then I won't get a new car until it's like there's just no way to fix it,
Yeah. And we actually bought a car our truck that's 5 years older than our truck. But when we started it up, it ran like butter. I mean, it was just smooth running. Checked everything out. The guy had taken really good care of it, had brand new tires all the way around it. He told us everything he had done to it. And we got a really good deal on it. So we bought it. It's a little high on the mileage. I would have liked it to be under 100,000, but you can't find a vehicle right now under 100,000 that you can afford.
Right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just crazy. But if the dishwasher goes out, I'm not opposed to hand washing. I did it for years. I'd go back to doing it again. I still wash pots and pans by hand because not everything can go in a dishwasher.
I don't use a dishwasher at all. I mean, I wash all by hand.
And I told my husband too, I said, I want the bucket with the plunger washing machine in case something happens and we lose power, grid power. Because I can wash clothes like that. And we actually had a clothesline made. He's got to get it put up. The man that made it just passed away recently. And he wouldn't even take a dime for doing it. He just loved tinkering. So he made me a clothesline. And he made it out of scrap metal that he had and painted it and everything. Really nice.
Oh, that's my son here. I kept hearing a car and I was like, who's here?
Kathy said her husband is the dishwasher. I did them first 45 years and now it's his turn. And then Smallholder Homestead said our refrigerator has been making some strange noises, but I'm waiting it out. Yeah, mine makes strange noises too.
It's like, come on, Bessie, come on.
Yeah, but it freezes good. It keeps everything cold. We actually have two refrigerators. We have a small apartment size refrigerator that was given to us by the same man that did my clothesline because they just didn't want it anymore. And that's what we keep all our eggs in. We have a refrigerator strictly for the eggs, which is nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And we have 3 freezers. Y'all wouldn't believe, but we have 3 freezers in this little double wide. And my husband's talking about another one. I'm like, no, we've got to go through the food that we got in these first. We actually went through them, 2 of them in the spring. We never got to the 3rd freezer to go through and pull out anything that was really, really old. And anything that's really old in there that is edible, we feed to the chickens or the dogs.
Oh, that's nice.
So the chickens like getting, they don't care if it's frostbit or not because I don't think they taste anything. They just eat it. It's crazy. But we recycle, reuse, repurpose, very old homeschool type of lifestyle. And y'all see, I've got a
That's
sheet on my
beautiful.
chair. Because of my back injury, I can't sleep flat in the bed anymore. So this is my bed. So y'all are seeing my bed. But that, we do what we have to do to make it work for us. So it's going to be fun going forward. I think there's going to be a lot of projects that we're doing around here that people will find interesting. We've got some subfloor issues. We've got some leaks that we got to take care of. We're going to have to lay new flooring once we get the subfloor done. Eventually, we're going to get around to replacing windows and the front door on our mobile double wide. Just a lot of things that need to be done, and it's a constant work around here. It really and truly is, but it's ours and it's paid for. That was the main thing. Yeah, because when we came out and looked at this, we asked them. They wanted the asking price, and I said, "Well, how much are you going to take if we pay cash?" They thought I was joking. I said, "I will walk in there with cash and pay you in cash." Well, we'll take a cashier's check. Okay, well, you take a cashier's check, but what is the best price that you're going to give me before I say yes? And so we got it for a good deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This was a repo. I had never seen so many holes in walls and in floors in my life. We did a lot of work on it just to get moved in, and we had no air conditioning, no heat for the first year. So, but we did it. We got it to where we could go, where we could live in it. And there's still quite a bit of work that needs to be done. Quite a bit.
Oh, so I can't see the chat. I don't even know who all's in the chat.
We've got a lot of people in here. There's 9 watching right now. I don't know how many we've got as far as the thumbs up. My phone is not updating, so I don't have a clue about that. But right now, I know the Stock Explorer, Yellow Shirt Dad is in the house, Small Holder Homestead, Kathy Paena, and I'm not sure who else is in here.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to run Yellow Shirt Dad here in just a little bit. My phone's about to die, so.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to jump off, and I'm probably going to jump off with you because we've been on here for almost 3.5 hours.
I know.
I'm just amazed.
I think I was the first one in too. But it's cold out. It's like 48 degrees and I can't hardly move today. And so
wow,
I'm not going to be working outside. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to get done in the inside, and I'm going to try and run some playlists, but I do have to plug in. So,
yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate you coming up, Miss Wendy.
Yeah.
And you stay safe out there.
I'm working on it. Praying and working.
Praying and working. That's what we all do. We pray for the best and prepare for the worst.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Thank you for that, Small Holder. I appreciate you so much. She says, I love your live streams. Well, thank you so much. I love talking to people and getting to know everybody. I'm here all day with 2 little dogs and a cat. That's who I talk to. Hey, Dawn Raby, welcome in.
Aw, hi, Dawn.
Another great supporter of so many channels.
Yes.
Dawn. And she has a great channel herself.
I've heard
peeking in on a day off. Well, if anybody else would like to come up, when Wendy hops down, just let me know. I'm going to go ahead and try to drop the link one more time. And, well, that's not the link. I keep forgetting I've done stuff. I have to go grab the link.
You take care and have a blessed day.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. If anybody else would like to come up before we close out, just let me know. You can come on up. I just require that I know the channel name and know your face. And most of you I know, so that makes it easier. We have had a big day here, and I wasn't really expecting to do 3.5 hours. I really wasn't. But I got on here early because we are in a tornado watch, and I didn't know when it was going to hit, the bad weather, and I didn't want to be in the middle of my live when it did. So y'all just know that I love everybody here. If you like this time frame better, you can also let me know in the chat. I think I'm doing better because I have had 51 people come through chat. So I'm excited about that. And Dawn says, someday I'll have real internet and be able to join lives from inside my house. Well, anytime you want to come up, Dawn, I would appreciate it. I would love to have you up here. We have had 3 guests today. We had Yellow Shirt Dad, Mark from Little Ridge Farm, and just doing our best came up. Well, I take that back. We had 4, and Hardnack Farms, Miss Wendy. So we've had 4 great guests on our live today. I love talking to y'all. I love learning about other people's lives and channels and getting to know each and every one of you. So if you want to come up, just come on up. 11 is a good time for you, Yellow Shirt Dad. Well, I got on here. Well, you're out east, so that was good for you. And it was 10:10 when I started this live. I wanted to start it at 10, but I was so far behind. Y'all, chores in the morning. I had to run to the post office. I had to drop off mail, pick up mail. Life gets in the way. It interferes sometimes. But we are really thrilled about that. It is thundering here now, so I don't know how much longer I can stay on here. But I truly, truly appreciate everybody that has come through live today. It means so much to me that you support me in this way. If you see a video you like, please share me out. Let people know. Please watch 3 to 5 minutes of a video, then friend and like and do all the rest of it. Leave a meaningful comment. I promise I will go to your channel and check you out. There are a few genres that I will not friend on YouTube, but if you're into witchcraft and stuff like that, it's just not my cup of tea. I am a Christian and I hold fast to my faith. But for the most part, I pretty much will support most genres on Facebook. If you are sexually explicit, I won't. If you cuss a lot, I won't. But I will definitely be supportive of any channel other than that. Aloha and hugs to you, my friend Kathy. She says the hen doesn't want the crushed Cheerios. Strange. My husband is learning plumbing in prison. He sounds so happy. And Benzia found a house. Prayers answered. Praise the Lord. I'm so glad about that. December, he gets into Sand Island. We'll continue to pray for your son. I'm glad that he's learning a trade. That is wonderful. I do not have a shelter here. If worse comes to worse, I will run out to one of these containers and close myself in. It's got enough weight in there. It's not going to be lifted up, I don't think. But, and I do have a vehicle here today that if I have to, I can run to the park shelter. So that's my other option. But most days I don't have a shelter. And we have been very fortunate, and I believe we're blessed by God. that we have not had a tornado affect us directly. Yeah, and the nude stuff. Yeah. Yeah, don't want to see body parts. I see my own and I laugh at myself, so I don't need to look at anybody else's. I did have some goober try to come up on my lives when I first started, and he was showing all kinds of nasties in the basement of the live, and I blocked him. And I think he's come up on several other people's lives. So you do have some crazy, weird folks out there. And I've had a few people that have come up on my lives that I have graciously had to cut them short. I want people to come up here and talk about their channel, and I want the people in chat to enjoy everything that's going on here. So you have to use discretion. And I tell everybody, I'm up front. I'm going to tell you it's by my discretion that you get to come up. And if you show your butt while you're up here, you won't be invited back. That's just the bottom line. But I do love everybody. And for the most part, everybody has been completely honest and appealing and friendly on my lives. And I think it's because I do try to show y'all that I am a homebody, loving person. I love people. Hey, Life with Lucretia, welcome in. We are getting thunder now, so it won't be much longer that I'll be on here. But I do want to thank everybody. We are going to stop and pray for everybody that is being affected by these storms in the Midwest, from Texas all the way up to Illinois and all the way over to Ohio. And I'm sure that they're going to continue across to the East Coast. And we're going to pray for them. If you have any prayer requests, right now would be a good time to drop them in the chat, and I will write them down, my friends. That's okay, Lucretia. I understand. Family comes first. Always put your family first. So I was like that this week. Well, the last 2 weekends I missed church because of family. Because first weekend, my son-in-law or my son-in-law came up here to give us the estimate for doing the roof. And then last weekend, he actually put the roof on in record time. I was so excited. We're so glad that we have a good roof on our home now. Dawn is asking for prayer. She has an appointment tomorrow. I will be praying for that. Anybody else have a prayer request? I want y'all to continue to pray for my youngest daughter who is dealing with some health issues. Kathy's asking for prayer. Odds over current political atmosphere. Yeah, the politics. Politics will tear a family apart in a heartbeat. And she posted a scripture, as for me and my house, we will worship the Lord. Helga says, put your car in a shelter. I don't have a shelter to put it in, but it is up against my house in the driveway. The only other place I could put it would be between the two containers, shipping containers that we have in our yard. So there's really no place for me to put it. I wish I did have a garage to put it in. So y'all keep us in prayer about that. Anybody else have a prayer request before we go? I will wait and see. I'm so thankful that my church has online Sunday services, so I was able to still participate in my Sunday services, even though I wasn't in church, which is a great, great tool to have in a church. Our church is large enough that we can do that. Some of the smaller churches probably can't do that. But if you can't get to church on Sunday, find one online that you can participate in through the online services. If you're here and you don't know Jesus, today is the day to know him. All you have to do is pray a simple prayer and ask him to forgive your sins and ask him into your heart and ask him to help you to serve him. He will do that. He is faithful to that. I got a ton of testimonies I could share. I've shared some in my previous lives. I've had people come up and share their lives, and I truly, truly believe that the Lord is with us. Thank you for that, Kathy Paena. We are going to pray in the name of Jesus now. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time together. We thank you for every person that is listening and those that have come through chat, Father. We thank you for giving us this venue that we can reach people across nations. We ask you right now in the name of Jesus to touch Dawn and the appointment that she is going to tomorrow, Lord. You know what it's about. We don't have to know. We thank you for Dawn's faithfulness, and we love her dearly, and we know that you do too. Kathy has asked for prayer for her son, Father, and her daughter, and we praise you for answered prayers. We thank you, Lord, that her son is now going to have a trade once he comes out of prison. We ask you to continue to use that time in prison to bless him and encourage him. Father, we thank you that even though the politics in our nation are in an uproar, as they are across the world, that we can draw closer to you with discernment and understanding and use that discernment and understanding in the political arena. Father, we ask for split families over politics to come together in unity. We know that you are in control no matter what is happening in this world. We thank you and love you. Father, there are tornadoes breaking out across our nation. We have tornadoes we know that have hit Texas all the way up to Illinois, hailstorms, high winds, you name it, Father. And the storms are marching our way. Be with everyone in the affected areas, Father. Guard, guide, and keep us safe, we ask in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming today and being a part of this live. I can't believe we've gone on almost 3 hours and 45 minutes. That is amazing to me. I don't normally do lives this long, but we had some wonderful guests today. I thank you again for watching and being a part of my life in this venue. And y'all, make sure that you go by Little Ridge Farm and make a donation if you're able. If you're not able, say a prayer. And you can go to Square Country Homestead. The link has been dropped above, and buy his t-shirts through that channel. So there's another way that you can support him. And also, Hardnack Farms is still working on building back their farm. They had a fire in 2014 and they lost everything. Be prayerful of that with Miss Wendy. Go by and support her channel. Just doing our best. Shirley has hit their 1K and they're looking for watch hours. And who else was it? Janet Homestead, where you are, is at 912 right now. She's getting very close to that 1K. So if you can go by there and give her watch hours, that would be great. And I'm trying to see if there's anybody. Okay. And Hardnack Farm also needs the watch hours. So y'all go check those channels out. Be prayerful about the political arena that we're in. get your house in order if you have not. Thank you, Kathy, for telling me that. 50 thumbs up today. I absolutely love all of you. And I love you, Miss Kathy, for being number 50. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woman Outdoors, she reached her 4K. Who else was it? GJ Journeys reached 1K. And Mountain of Inspiration reached 1K. So we're taking names off of our watch hour list as they get their monetization. The Inquisitive Farmhouse needs 895 watch hours. Our New Land needs 300 watch hours. So we're getting very close for them. And I need 710 watch hours and 112 friends. So thank you very, very much for that. That's 51 thumbs up today. That's wonderful. We had 52 go through our chat today. Yes, Hardnack. It's Hardnack. Hardnack Farms. Miss Wendy was just up here a few minutes ago. And y'all be praying for one another. May Jesus keep you. Hey, Corky. Oh, my Lord. 53, y'all. Corky's tea time. Miss Corky is a new channel, and she is growing, y'all. Y'all need to go over and help her reach her 100 friends. She's well on her way. I think she was at 57 when I looked the other day. Maybe off on the numbers, but y'all go check out Miss Corky. Corky, drop your link by typing in the word Hillbilly so others can connect with you and grow. And y'all, I'm missing a lot of our friends that used to come through. Tarsha with Triple Threat, Firearms and Defense, Vision Preparedness, Urban Homesteading. I'm trying to think. There's a few of them that haven't been here in a while. Go check out those channels because they recently reached their 1K. So they're on their own thing right now. I'm sure they'll come back through, but I do miss my friends when they don't come through. So I appreciate you doing that. And if you go friend somebody, if somebody comes to your channel and friends you, wait 3 to 5 days before you go friend them back. That way you have a better chance of that friendship sticking. Yeah, Tarsha has some medical issues and she's been dealing with, and she's still trying to recuperate, I think, from this last episode that she had. So I keep Tarsha in my prayers. She's a sweet lady. Kathy Paina says it's 9 a.m. I think I'll eat. I want eggs. Absolutely. Eggs are a great protein source, and they're gold right now. So y'all go eat some eggs. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. Oh, we have Gail's collaboration. It's open collaborations. It's hashtag bless my garden 23 and hashtag weird container growing 23. If you want to get in on those, contact Miss Gail at Gail's Southern Living. She has an email on her about page, and pretty sure it's under every one of her videos also. And I don't know if 6 Acres Farm came on or not. She's probably done by now. But Dave Collier Camping is usually on at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time with a live if you want to go and see his live. I thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, and God bless you. I love you, but Jesus loves you more, and he loves you from the top of your feet to the top of your head to the soles of your feet and everything in between. He will protect you. He will provide for you, and he loves you. May you be fully, fully blessed. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you next week.